Yeah.
There's always those, detractors, and they're entitled to that view as well, but a lot of positive reaction to your explanation. Talk to me about Ryan Alsop's role. You mentioned it before, but again, for fans listening, talk to me about how pivotal Ryan Alsop's role is in a lot of what you do there.
It's massive. It's key. That's why I wanted him to come to the club. Ryan, in terms of his ability with his feet, his ability to read the press, his ability to hit 70-yard diagonal passes onto our wingers' toes, he's got a ridiculous skill set. For me in the Championship, we've got Bazunu at Southampton, Hermanson at Leicester. That's about it. You are that adept at building from the back in terms of the way that they play. So for me, Ryan's top. I've known that for a long time, so I've worked with him. The way he can invite a press, his timing and his off the bounce pass that we use, he's outstanding at it. And I think what's hard for Ryan, he makes it look so easy that what looks simple to him, it's actually really, really difficult. His timing, his detail on his passes. He always looks like he's so easy, so it looks like he's not contributing, but he's contributing massively to us, and there's 2 clean sheets in a row, and that needs to continue as well.
Sometimes the spotlight's been on him for maybe the odd mistake, doing the traditional things that you'd expect from a goalkeeper that he hasn't done. How do you balance those 2 things?
Well, I think that's down to performance. I think if any goalkeeper playing in a 46-game season, they're going to make mistakes at some point. That's part of it. I've seen people talk about the best goalkeepers in the world, Alisson, Edison. They make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. So it's about how you respond to those mistakes. If those mistakes don't happen again. But I could go through from Ryan to Jayden to Fabio making mistakes in the game. That's part of football. For me, Ryan's really, really outstanding at what he does. He knows he's got 2 outstanding goalkeepers waiting for their opportunity as well. But that's the same now throughout the team. There's real competition, and it has to be that way for us to be successful this season.
And off the back of that, talking about keepers, that was the 8th clean sheet for the side. You might say just the 8th clean sheet. How pivotal are they going to be?
Massive, massive. I wanted more clean sheets. But we have been more offensive in terms of the way we attack games this year. Our XG is up, our creative chances is up, our possession is up. Sometimes you want to move the dial. I want us to be an attacking team. We are an attacking team, an offensive-minded team. Last season we weren't, and I explained to everyone it was a process, and I put the building blocks in place. But for us to be in the shout of promotion, we need to have as many shout-outs as possible.
Humberside Saturday Sport with 3 commentaries for you. A couple of results already in. Manchester City are back at the top of the Premier League, 2 Erling Haaland goals, team off Everton at the Etihad Stadium. And West Brom in the Championship finished 2 apiece. Some games already being played, or about to be played, across Humberside. Humberside will start here at the Etihad Stadium. The mist is literally rolling in. Mike White with a reminder of the team news.
Certainly, it's a clear picture for Liam Rossini, who names an unchanged starting 11 from the one that beat Millwall last week. 2 changes on the bench, though. Young Sellers, Fleming and Ashby drop out and replaced by Traore, who's back from African Cup of Nations duty, and Aaron Conley, who's recovered from injury as well. As for Swansea City, a couple of changes for them. Polish international Paqueta comes in, Liam Cullen as well. Yates and Cooper are the players to drop out, and it is a familiar face in Josh Timon, who's amongst the starting 11 for Swansea this afternoon.
More from Michael Swanley very soon here at the MKM Stadium. As for digital radio, it's Stockport County, the leaders of League 2 at Blundell Park this afternoon. And a reminder of the team news ahead of the digital radio commentary. Here's John Topper.
And the marathon training between home debuts for Liam Smith, Denver Hume and Curtis Thompson. And the Mariners were looking for an improved performance after recent displays at Blundell Park. Be hard against the league leaders, but certainly the fans will be expecting a big improvement recently. Danny Rose leading the line with Issa and Ganua either side of him, and Gav Holohan and Harry Clifton joining Thompson in midfield, which you can visit Stockport County at Blundell Park.
And as for Scunthorpe United, they're back at home at the Atis Arena. And with the team news, as they welcome Curzon Ashton, here's Jed Penberthy.
Jimmy D will be happy with the boost that Tyler Denton is back in the squad after his suspension. There was worries about whether him or Jacob Butterfield will be ill. Jacob Butterfield does make the first 11. That's the only change that Jimmy Dean has made. That means that he joins Keane Scales and Coonan in midfield, with Danny Whitehall looking to build on that number 14 goals that he's scored already this season. For preview and online, it's Scunthorpe United versus Curzon Ashton.
and Steve Torpey joining Jed Penberthy between now and 6 here on BBC Radio Humberside. Today, by the way, here at the MKM Stadium is a moving day. If you've been listening to BBC Radio Humberside, watching Look North, or you may have family connections as well to the whole Troll of Gaul. It disappeared 50 years ago today, and the victims and the families of those who suffered as a result of its disappearance over 50 years ago this week will be remembered ahead of the game. There'll be wreaths laid by Louis Coyle, captain of Hull City, along with representatives from Hull FC and Hull Kingston Rovers. There is a special commemorative programme as well, and that is including the names of all of the victims of Gaul 50 years ago this week, and it just ends with Safely Anchored. The match day programme front cover is in memory of the gallant crew of MT Gaul, and anyone picking up the programme will see the tributes inside that programme from the 8th of February 1974. Outside the MKM Stadium is a completed mural. There was a civic reception at 2 o'clock today, which included the local MP, Emma Hardy, also Darren Hale, the former leader of Hull City Council, who's part of the steering group, who are putting together the commemorations for the victims of Gaul, along with the artist who's been responsible for the mural outside on the MKM Stadium walls, Andy P. His work is featured right across the city. He's a very prolific artist of moving artwork. So if you're coming to the game today, you're not already here at the MKM Stadium, do pause to have a look at the mural. And you can read more about the victims of that tragedy in today's match day programme. Let's turn to Scunthorpe United now, ahead of kick-off. It's certainly been a tough result on Tuesday and a tough week for the Iron, conceding in the final minute against Blythe. But manager Jimmy Dean isn't too worried about his players being affected by that result and that draw. He told BBC Radio Humberside's Leo Josselin about making sure the result doesn't carry over to this afternoon's game against Curzon Ashton.
It was a hard one to take for lots of reasons. You know, it was a good away performance where we were goal in front. We had a couple of goals disallowed, you know, a good penalty shout. I missed a few chances. It's just reminding them that all we can do is control the controllables. Just keep the focus on us, really, Leo. And look, there's no point of us looking outside of our own house. We need to get our own house in order. Once we can do that, we can start looking elsewhere. But that's what we need to do. We need to turn up and play with a smile on our face and turn up ready to work hard.
I know a section of the supporters after the game were a little bit critical. Does that affect you at all? How do you deal with any criticism that comes about the performance?
I don't really, Leo. I just focus on the controllables. Obviously, like I just alluded to, and that's what I'll continue to do.
Do you understand fan perspectives at all, where they're coming from?
In what context?
As in them being, some sections of the supporters being unhappy with Tuesday's performance?
Well, I understand the fans wanted to win the game. I was as sure them as I wanted to win the game as much as anyone else. And if I elaborate on that, you know, the substitutions. I'm looking to win the game. I'm looking to see it out. You know, if you won the 5 minutes, you don't make attacking substitutions. That's the name of the game. That's how it works. Of course, I understand where they're coming from. We like I say, it's hurt me and the players as much as any fan. Sport and pride and professional pride. We wanted to win, but we didn't, and we have to pick ourselves up. You know.
Looking ahead to Curzon Ashton, the last time you played them was that bizarre game in August with the weather. They've changed their manager since then, and it's been a good few months under the belt. What are you expecting from them?
I think the shape's not too dissimilar, the personnel's not too dissimilar. I think Craig's took over and he's done a fantastic job. They do look to play a lot now. You know, I think they'll be a little bit more offensive now. Amagala's a little bit more than they did. I know they beat us 1-0, but it felt like a little bit of a smash and grab on the day. We had a lot of the ball, though we could have tested the goal a little bit more. There was resolute, it was hard to break down. I still think they're all of those things. They're probably a little bit more expansive with the ball. That's stuff we've worked on, really.
So I know when we spoke to Danny Whitehall, he said you gave the players a rest on Wednesday, and there's been a bit of recovery on Thursday as well. So how do you prepare, given that you know how Curzon are playing, but don't have a lot of time during the week to come up with game plans?
Yeah, look, it's the same as we always do. Wednesday is a day off, actually. I don't give them it off. It's the day off. Thursday's recovery for half the squad, and then Friday's match prep. Me and the staff, we watch games, we put a lot into it, you know, in our own time at the club. We get the analysis right, and then we put a plan together and put it on the training pitch.
I think one more thing for me, when we ended up speaking to Lee Turnbull on Tuesday, he said that obviously you're under the transfer embargo at the moment, but the club had already listed potential players if that embargo was to get lifted. Is there any news on the embargo and a potential lifting?
The club's trying. That's all I can say. The club's trying to get it on. They're speaking to the league. It goes without saying, the sooner the better. But it is what it is. It's in place for a reason. I suppose the club has to satisfy the league that we're where they need us to be.
That's Jimmy Dean speaking to Leo Jocelyn ahead of kick-off on Freeview and also the BBC Sport website and app. Well, here at the MKM Stadium, I mentioned the tributes to the victims of the gold disaster over 50 years ago. There'll be a 36-second silence ahead of the game, 1 second for each of the victims on the 8th of February 50 years ago. Just before we hear more build-up here on BBC Radio Humberside Saturday Sport, let's quickly talk to Swansea before we hear from David Artell. Swansea, looking at Swansea's form coming into this game, they've lost the last 3 in the league. Prior to that, 1 win and a draw, 33 points, which is 12 points behind Hull City. On paper, Swansea, this looks like the best time to be playing Swansea City.
Yeah, and I think if you look, I'll look at it this morning, Swansea's season's over nearly now, unless they go on a run of 7, 8, 9, 10 games. As in, they're not having the 5 points off the drop, so they need a few more to stay safe. So for me, it can be a dangerous team as well, because like I say, they're relaxed into it and they're not one on the skirts of pushing for the playoffs and all like that. They'll still believe, they'll say they believe it, but when you realistically look at it, they're a mid-table team just below that. And like saying, when they're relaxed, they can play. Under pressure, that's when teams get found out. We're under that bit of pressure now. They're thinking, can we handle being in the top 6? Because that's where we want to be for the rest of the season. So the pressure's really on us. I won't say the pressure's on them, because like you said there, they're an in and out team that can win a game here and there. But if we're going to get promoted, these are the teams you need to be getting the 3 points. Like saying, it's goals really. Take us chances, we create chances. Take us chances, we win games.
Swansea back to you very soon. Swansea joining Mike White for commentary. The mist has now burned away from around the MKM Stadium. So it was rolling in a few seconds ago, a few minutes ago. Now it's rolled away. Now, Grimsby Town's task today is to end a run of 4 league games without a win against the current League 2 leaders. Town head coach David Artell says Stockport County are at the top of the table for a reason, under their boss Dave Challoner.
They are a team full of men who understand their roles. You know, the manager's been there a long time in footballing terms, so they've had some real stability. And he's been allowed to instill a playing philosophy where they do all know what's expected of them, and that's reflected in performances and the results. And that was the same in the reverse fixture. So we know what to expect. We've got to have the answers to counter that. So we know it's going to be a tough afternoon, but it's one that we're looking forward to. And you know, when good teams have come to Blundell Park, we've performed well. Like I said, the 2 teams that have come, Notts County and Crewe, were both in the playoffs or automatics. We took 4 points off them. So we've got to make sure that we put in performance, because we don't, and we won't win the game. But if we do, we know we're capable of winning the game, and that's the challenge.
What are you expecting from them in terms of style of play, threats, etc.?
Obviously, Stockport are a team full of experienced players, by and large. We know how to be effective. We know the Starmer's way. They can play football. They certainly play football in the attacking half. Get lost crosses in the box. So we know we've got to defend crosses really well and stop crosses. And we've got to land on second balls, which to do that probably better than anyone else in the league. If we do that, then we've got a chance to win the game. That's what we expect.
And just finally, David, how much of your message going into this one is about owing the home county performance?
After the last game, as I said after the game, any criticism, fully justified. We didn't even try and play football. In terms of owing performances, we gave one last week and we were unlucky to win, and we should have won. We're a team in development, and it's going to take a lot longer to develop the way we want to play. But we're getting there. Performances are getting better. You know, anyone who, you know, the Walsall game wasn't a 6-1, goes in the books as a 6-1, I get it. We could have been 3-0 up after 40 minutes, and we end up going in 2-1 down at half time, which is where we're at in terms of that inconsistency in games and game to game. So we've got to iron that out, and that'll come with greater familiarity of what's expected, greater familiarity in sort of relationships. So we've got to make sure that we perform best in the last game. That doesn't just necessarily mean Tranby. I'm on about Accrington. And if we perform better than Accrington, we'll be okay because we're making progress. And that's all we can ask at the minute. We've got to make progress.
That's David Artell speaking ahead of the game against Stockport, which will be watched by Gary Croft for us here on BBC Radio Humberside. Gary Croft, David Artell was saying we're getting there and the signs are improving. Are you seeing the signs that the team is making progress and playing the philosophy that David Artell wants?
Well, I mean, I didn't see the away game, so I can't say I've been able to pick up on that away. Obviously, we know the home form's been very poor, so obviously, just looking at that game alone, you know, we didn't concede a goal. That's a great start, and we could have nicked it. That's exactly the kind of away performance you need. Obviously, just with the goal to take you to get the 3 points, but certainly at home, I think it's been a real struggle. I thought very early on, actually, when I saw him at Oxford, I think maybe his first game in charge or second game, I thought they were brilliant. I thought they played out from the back. The messages seemed to come across very quickly. They played out right from the very, very back, playing so deep, all the way through to attack. And then it just seemed a few of the players lost the confidence to do that, and what was asked for more. A few different people came in, and it's really lost its way. Obviously, he sees them every day in training, and he might have seen things click last week. I certainly hope so, but for me, watching at home, I haven't seen that yet.
I think the problem, James, from my point of view, what I've seen them is when teams close them down and to try and play out from the back, sometimes they don't really know what to do if that happens. I mean, against Salford allowed us to play from the back and they won that game easily. Other teams who've come, like Harrogate was one, when we've been trying to play out from the back and you've been really got the press on there. Sometimes it seems they're not sure whether to keep playing from the back or to try something else. And I think that's proved costly with a few mistakes being given away, particularly in the Walsall game.
Yeah, they presented the same tactics even when they sort of looked like they've been sussed out. It's almost like they've been overcoached to just keep trying to do it no matter what happened, rather than having a plan B. And I think they've come unstuck quite a lot. And he's trying to release them a little bit from that and try and get them to make better decisions for themselves as the game evolves on their own, rather than sticking to what he says. It's almost like they're following him and following his words to the absolute letter, rather than being creative and seeing the game as it develops. He wants them to think for themselves as well, and maybe I think they're the messages that he's probably getting through to them. And obviously, away at Accrington last week 0-0, it wasn't a bad result.
Back to you very soon. Thank you very much. We'll go our separate ways for commentary on the way in a few minutes' time. Well, it was a goal-scoring return for the injured Jayden Philogene at last weekend here at the MKM Stadium, and he's been talking to Mike White about that return.
Of course, got great thing doing best. Come back from injury for 2 months, and then scoring, getting the winner. Can't some more, can we?
No, we'll talk about a bit of that. How much had you missed it? You love football, don't you? So how much had you missed being out there?
I don't think words can explain it, to be fair. Just like coming in, knowing I'm not going to be outside, just inside all day, every day. It's a bit boring, innit? But just got to do what you got to do to get the recovery right.
Are you an impatient patient when you're injured?
Yeah and no, like, there's nothing I can do. I can only control what I can control, so I just have to just get my head down to work.
How much did it drive you on to get back there?
Yeah, of course, 100%. Just wanted to get my rehab going well, come back fit and strong.
Did you surprise yourself last week in the game in particular, how quickly you got back into it?
No, not really, to be fair. I was working hard with the physio, so it kind of helps me in the game as well.
How much did it help then to hit the ground running as quickly as you did? A few minutes in you scored, but just the whole playing that first few minutes before the goal as well, how much did that help you?
A lot, to be fair, a lot.
What were you thinking first couple of minutes in? You go, this is quite easy this lot, even though I've had 2 months out.
I was going to say, no, just get my head down to work, innit?
The early goal helps though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
How was that?
Give me a big boost, give me the confidence as well. Come back from injury, that's what you needed.
Tell me about it.
The goal?
Yeah.
And I took a rocket of a shot, it landed, touched it. I saw the keeper a bit to the left, so then I just placed it at the bottom right corner, volley.
Swanee, who does our summarising on commentary, said it wasn't an easy skill to finish that.
Yeah, it was a bit awkward, but luckily I got the touch right and then executed the finish with the volley, left foot volley.
He said the rocket of a shot from an ass, I think it had flames on it, didn't it? How impressed were you with that, first of all? We'll talk about him and his performance in general in a minute.
Well, the shot?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a rocket. I thought it was going in. Didn't know it was coming to me, it shocked me. Yeah, rocket Bishop.
So did he. We spoke to him afterwards, and he said, "Yeah, I'd rather I'd have scored, but I'll take it that Jaden finished it."
Yeah, that was a pretty good shot.
That's that green, that attacking mindset you've got to have, isn't it, as a forward player? That you know, you want teammates to score, that's fine, but selfishly you want it to be you that scores it yourself.
Not everyone. Not every attacker, not me. If I can assist someone, I'll assist them. I don't really mind. As long as we get the win.
You always talk to out-and-out strikers, they say, yeah, I want it to be me that scores.
Yeah, that's a striker's mentality.
You've done more for the team approach.
Yeah.
What was going through your mind before the game on Saturday then? When you come back, you've had that 2 months. What was, just a few minutes before kick-off, what's in your mind?
Pleasure to be back to you, hopefully I can score and then got the goal.
How have you been with injuries before that?
Yeah, this is my longest injury, but I've had like hernia before. I had to get surgery last season for cardiac. I think I was out for 4 weeks then as well. Yeah, I think that's the longest 2 I've had.
Impressive first 30 minutes. Liam himself said the second half made harder work of it than perhaps you should have done. How do you take that first 30 minutes and bottle it? Make it not necessarily a full 90 because that's difficult, but how do you take that first 30 and make more of it in the game?
Just do clips, see what was doing good, keep at it for like you said, the first 30 minutes. Got to keep going at it, can't drop off even in the second half.
How much belief is there in this squad?
Huge, sky high.
What gives you that?
But the gaffer, us, whoever we play, we see it in ourselves, like, we've got a lot of potential to be in the front, so just going to go for it.
Did you have confidence from the outset when you walked in here?
Yeah, of course. See how we play. Players we got. The players that are in now as well.
Yeah.
So it's giving us extra boost as well.
Swansea up next. You remember this game. You had to come from 2-0 behind. You led the charge, didn't you, with the opening goal for City? Do you remember the game?
Yeah, away here, I remember 2-2. First half, I didn't think it was really on our game. In the second half, we woke up, got the 2 goals and got a draw. But I think this time around it'll be different.
BBC Radio Humberside Sport.
Final thoughts from our commentators ahead of kick-off. We'll start here at the MKM Stadium for the visit of Swansea, Mike White.
Liam Rosenior names an unchanged starting 11 from the side that beat Millwall. Nice and easy for him in that. 2 changes on the bench. The return of Aaron Connolly from injury and Adama Traore after a semi-final appearance with Mali in the African Cup of Nations. FM commentary on the way with Swanee and me.
Watching Grimsby Town to welcome leaders Stockport County to Bundle Park, John Tonda.
And they're unchanged after that point back from Stanley. The home debuts for Liam Smith, Curtis Crump and Denver Hume. The Mariners fans will be hoping for an improvement on recent Bundle Park performances. He now has just got one shot.
And watching Scunthorpe United against Ashton is Jen Empathy.
Just the one change for Scunthorpe United this afternoon. Jacob Butterfield re-enters midfield. It's going to be a banana skin for the OFA and gets one of the important teams in the league. On channels Preview 71 and on the BBC Sport website, me and Dobbs will take you through Scunthorpe United and Curzon Ashton.
BBC Radio Humberside Sport.
So we have 3 big match commentaries for you this afternoon. Time now to make your choice. Scunthorpe United on Freeview Channel 7 and BBC Sport Online. That is where you'll find Jed and Steve, John Tonda and Gary Croft watching Grimsby Town against Stockport County of Digital Radio. And on 95.9 FM, it's Hull City versus Swansea City with Mike White and Swanee. Make your choice now.
Thanks, James. Welcome to the MKM Stadium then for this championship game. A game that carries much expectation given that Swansea aren't in the best of form. City, if you look on the basis of that first 25-30 minutes or so last Saturday, they were absolutely flying, weren't they? They need to find a way to just keep that a little bit more consistent and stretch that out as far as those performances. That's what Liam Rosenior was talking about last week as well. He was pleased with what he saw, and Swanee, good to see he had every right to be from that first half an hour or so last week, didn't he?
Yeah, it's momentum as well, isn't it? Once you get that momentum going in what part of the season, you can get into habits in football, and it's like you get into winning habits by not playing well. You can also get into losing habits by not playing well, and it's how you overcome that. And he's talked about it many a time about how to manage yourself through it. Even when things aren't going your way, you can still manage yourself over the line, and that's what he's going to have to do. That's what he believes you have to do as a football club. You can't play well every week and get the results, and when you're not playing well, all the way out, other way can we do it? And I think we've learned, he's learning that as he goes along now, but momentum, get that going, 2 on the bounce, let's make it 3 on the bounce, and 4 or 5, and let's say, get into that top 4 if possible.
We're looking for 3 on the bounce for the first time under Liam Rossini. There's a bit of symmetry about today's opponents. We'll talk about that in a second as the two teams emerge. City to the right-hand side of the 2 lines of teams, and they're wearing T-shirts that mark, as we've been talking about, the tragedy of the goal trawler 50 years ago. Black shirts with writing on the front, the names of each of the victims, all 36 of them, on the back of those T-shirts. 30 who came from Hull, 6 from North Shields who were lost at sea when the goal sunk off the coast of Norway in February 1974. There will be a 36-second silence, 1 second for each of those victims in just a few moments' time ahead of kick-off here at the MKM Stadium. We'll hear more about that at half-time with James Hogarth. We're through until 6 o'clock here on BBC Radio Humberside Sport. Saturday Sport, your place to keep up to date and listen to coverage of your team in East Yorkshire and Northern Lincolnshire. There's an unchanged 11, as we said, for City. No surprise with that, Swansea, because, as we said, that team that started last week, the way they performed, they've got every right to go again. Aaron Connolly back on the bench gives them another option at least. So they've got Connolly, they've got Sharp. Noah Ohio came on last week, he's an unknown quantity, but even when you just look at Sharp and Connolly, they've got the options there now, haven't they, all of a sudden?
Yeah, Doherty, Traore, Jacob at left back. What can you even say about that now? Let's say it. He held his own when he given an opportunity. He got himself a new contract, I believe, on the back of that. So, yeah, there's no reason to change things. They've had enough time this week to work on even more things. So, it's down to the players that's out there to keep them shirts. That manager shouldn't have to change things if things are going to plan.
Yeah, still in talks with Matty Jacob over that new contract, but great to see that the club looking to do something with the 2 teams, the 2 sets of players are just lined up around the edge of the centre circle. The captains, Louis Coyle there and Matty Grimes, are in the centre circle with the referee at the moment, just going through the coin toss, as we're going to have an announcement from Dan Briggs on the clock.
Worst single tragedy at the time. We will now play a short video on big screens, which will be followed by 36-second silence to remember trawler men who never returned home. Eternal Father, gone to third, whose hand hath bound the restless wave, who bids the mighty ocean lead. His bird appointed in his peak, but a hero's glory cries to thee. For those in peril on the sea, no distress call. 36 miles lost. 50 years old, as history doesn't forget.
Sporting City uniting to mark the 50th anniversary of the Gaul trawler tragedy in partnership with the Gaul 50 group to remember the 36 lives lost at sea off the coast of Norway in February 1974. Our thoughts with them and their families who live on, remembering their loved ones. BBC Radio Humberside Sport, Saturday Sport, here at the MKM Stadium. Mike White, Swansea, James Hogarth alongside us. He'll be back along a bit later on as well. And the fans once again in fine voice for their team as the Tigers will get us underway in the first half. Left to right as we look at it towards the south stand end of the ground in black and amber. Swansea in their away kit of all pink. And it'll be the Tigers that will get things started. Tufan and Cavallo around the centre spot. Tufan just looks around and waits for the referee, Jeff Eltringham of County Durham, to give him the nod to get underway, and the toot of his whistle will do just that, and Cavallo tries to take it straight away with attacking intent, but it's just halted, but City keep possession as Coyle will float this one away down the right-hand side for Jaden Philogene, who we heard from just ahead of kick-off there. He celebrated his 22nd birthday on Thursday, on the same day that Liam Delap turned 21. They did a FaceTime with him over in Manchester, where he's doing his rehab with his parent club, Manchester City. Billy Sharp turned 38 on Monday. It's been a busy week for birthdays for the Tigers. Let's hope it ends the week with a celebration by way of 3 points that will certainly help them in their bid to be a top 6 side. West Brom and Ipswich have drawn 2-2. That'll help the Tigers as far as keeping West Brom in touch. It's really those two places, isn't it, 5th and 6th, that City are looking at as they keep possession under a bit of pressure. Morton gets it to Greaves. He works it sideways to Jones, and with a purposeful back pass into Ryan Allsop in light blue shirt, shorts and socks. It's Allsop just holds it outside the D. He's looking for a bit of movement. We heard Liam Rossini in the build-up to this talking to us and explaining again exactly how important he is to this. And you look at one of those long balls, it was intended for Zarori, just a bit far ahead of him and headed away by Carl Norton, the former Sheffield United and Spurs player. As Greaves heads the ball away, comes back up towards Norton. Zarori closest to him. Norton heads it down, and then it's headed back to Ben Cabango. And he's got it midway inside his own half. What's that?
That's not going to come out right. Ben Cabango.
Ben Cabango. Bit of a tongue twister. I'll do my best. Long ball away by Carl Rushworth in sort of bright highlighter pen yellow. Sends it away. It's out for a Swansea throw-in on that right-hand side, which Norton will look to take, and he does, and he throws it back to Cabango, the Welsh international, 7 caps for his country, and he drills a right foot on the diagonal away to this near left-hand side. Coyle's there to head that one clear. Makes a change that it's a ball hitting the head of Louis Coyle rather than an opponent, which seems to be the tradition these days.
All in his face.
As Tufan sends it back, and then Coyle launches it long downfield. It's controlled by Nathan Wood, who just swivels to turn it back in field towards Cabango again, and he's got a bit of space across the centre circle to just roam into City territory, and then it's flicked back to this left-hand side to Nathan Wood. Played forward into Matt Grimes again. Bit of freedom for him to move away to this near left side to Proketa, the Polish international. Number 17 on his back. Grimes slides it down the left side, just into that channel to play in Josh Timon. Cross ball comes in. A couple of boos from the City fans for Timon. Now Coyle. Coyle down to Philogene. It's back to Coyle again. They've just got to try and get it away, and they'll get a bit of help here with the City throwing on this near right-hand side. 3 minutes gone almost. Hull City 0, Swansea City 0. Swan is alongside me.
Yeah, I think when you look back at teams now playing possession football, which Liam talked about, I think Swansea, going back the years, they were one of the teams that first started bringing that in. Not bringing in, but they started to do that, keep hold of the ball as long as possible, especially down in the lower leagues, weren't they?
Yeah, they were.
Who was the manager at the time? Perhaps a Wigan manager?
Oh,
Everton?
Now you've caught me out. Jimmy will know. He's the fountain of all football knowledge.
Tipping the tongue stuff, innit?
Yeah, I know. Same here. Someone will help us out. At Mike White Sport on social media. There we go.
Only 4 minutes in after help.
You notice Jim didn't jump in, so clearly there's...
He's not listening.
No, he's not listening, that's why.
I'm going to keep on my shoulders, Jim.
As Swansea just have possession. Not quite the pace that it started at 7 days ago, Swansea so far.
The thing is, like I say, Swansea's got the ball. That's it. The possession team themselves, they'll want it to be a battle of who can do the best with it when we get it.
Yeah. Roberto
Martinez.
And
I
didn't get helped out. It just came into my head, thankfully. I'm not completely losing it. There's some flag goes up for offside against Swansea City, just about 25 yards out. I've just got a buzz on my watch which tells me I got a message. Thank you, Shaw, you helped me out with that one. He said, is that what you're on about? Didn't quite catch it. Yes, it was. Thanks, Shaw. Appreciate that. There's Jones going to look to play the ball away. He's going to be closed down there by Liam Cullen, but he gets it into Coyle, back to Jones, who's able to play it downfield up towards Philogene. We'll hear more from him in the build-up to the game on Tuesday. James will be alongside Swanee for that game at Rotherham. Alex Burgess will be
with the Swansea, as he will for the game at Huddersfield as well. We'll be reuniting for the trip to Southampton a week on Tuesday as Jones just knocks a long ball away out the area as Coyle sends it away. Little flick on from Tufan. Philogene will try and get on the end. You see how quickly Philogene closed down on him there?
Yeah. Made him play back to the keeper, give him a chance of getting the ball and coming out with it. But Swansea knocking it about well at the moment.
Yeah, they've got to go into a bit of space away on that right side with Norton, who's 35 now, the ex-Sheffield United youngster. Ball on that left side. He's held up by Ronald, the Brazilian, tries to get a cross in, but not a good one on his right foot, and that one goes out for a goal kick. Let me give you the two sides. Unchanged City then with Allsop in goal. A back four, right to left of Coyle, Jones, Greaves and Giles. Slater and Morton in those two deep-sitting midfield positions, and then Philogene and Zarori with the sort of two nines, isn't it, of Tufan and Carvalho. As for the bench, sub-keeper is Pando, along with McLaughlin, Doherty, Ohio, Sharp, Jacob and Irma, and Traore and Connolly are the two returning players on the bench. Back from AFCON duties is Traore. John Michael Seri still there. He'll play in the final against Nigeria for the host Ivory Coast tomorrow. Big opportunity for them. And at one stage they looked as though they were going out of the tournament at the group stages as Ryan Allsop sends a long ball away, but it's too straight, right down the middle and through to Carl Rushworth. It's a swap.
Yeah, we forced in the first 6 minutes here. We forced like to play in the long diagonals. We had to play three already. Like I say, Tull's not gone the direction they wanted it to. They were talking earlier, what it was Liam about the footwork of Allsop, his passing range. We haven't seen that just yet.
No. We've seen when it has come off, he has got that, but there's just a couple where it's just been too straight, right down the defender's throat, doesn't it?
Yeah. Both gone into the trees on the right hand side as a golfer.
Yeah. You've never seen it too hard.
No, a lot of that. Yeah.
Swansea made two changes. We welcome Scunthorpe United listeners. Technical issues at the Attis Arena. We'll be back with Jet Pember. Swansea send one in, the cross through the 6-yard box. It was a crossing from Briquetta. I think Cullen couldn't get there. He looks frustrated, does Briquetta, that his ball didn't produce something more. It went through with some whip, and it really, they kind of produced that out of nothing, didn't they? Because City had him held up in front of them, the ball just played out to the left, no one picked up Briquetta, and he was allowed to get that cross in. Thankfully, Cullen wasn't near him.
I thought it was timing that.
I thought it was 17 here.
Yeah, they should have been on the end of it. It's like it's a cross that came in there. It's as if it just whizzed past his nose there. If he probably dived or threw himself at it, to go 1-0 up.
Yeah,
that's how it looked like from up here.
Yeah, it certainly seemed that way. It was an opportunity. Just mentioning Iron fans with us at the moment. Hull City 0-0 here against Swansea City as Grimsby Town have gone a goal down already at Blundell Park to the leaders Stockport County. Sarcevic has scored on 9 minutes. The Swansea side, a couple of changes as I said from their last game, which was a 1-0 loss at home to Plymouth Argyle. Rushworth in goal, a back four of Norton, Cabango, Wood and Timon, the former City player. Fulton and Grimes in the midfield, Ronald on the right, Briquetta on the left, and Patterson just in behind Liam Cullen. Patterson opened the scoring against the Tigers in that game down at Swansea earlier on in the season. They went 2-0 up with the Welsh side for Philogene and Morton in the second half, and the point for the Tigers. City have a throw-in on this near right-hand side. It's, yeah, it needs to get going, doesn't it?
Yeah. Did they kick it off yet?
Are we looking at the reset button in a sec, Swanee?
No,
it's been a while.
Happen again, that will it? That's strange how that happened.
For those who don't remember, it was the poor 20 odd minutes or so at Stoke, and then Swanee said, "We'll press the reset button," and it just kicked him into gear, didn't it?
Within seconds, wasn't it?
Yeah. Swanee's going to dine out on that one for a while, I think. Is Nathan Wood, former England under-21 international, back to Rushworth, the keeper, as Carvalho got close to him. As we'll send you back to Scunthorpe United's game. Apologies for the technical problems. The commentary team there, Steve Torpey and Jed Pemberley. Here on FM, Swansea win the ball in midfield and they can come away with it with Briquetta. Slater chasing after it, just does enough to try and hold it. Ball to the left-hand side to Grimes. Drills across low in. Jones is there to meet it at the front of the 6-yard box and concedes a corner. Nearly 10 minutes gone goalless, but Swansea a bit of a danger when they get into those areas for me.
Well, first 10 minutes they've started bright, haven't they? They've come out all firing. I'm saying they've got the ball, they're playing in good areas, good at good pace. Very similar to how we wanted to go up and running.
Keep an eye on the scores in the Premier League and the Championship as well. Corner then from this near left-hand side, which Timon is going to take. Number 14 on his back, just looking for some movement from his teammates, and he drills a low one in, and there's a low shot, and they've been caught out. City, Cullen just peeled away, and from what, 8 or 9 yards out, City have been penetrated in the first 11 minutes here. It's been coming, they've been building to it, and the Tigers have been caught by a short, well, I say a short corner, a corner that was drilled in low. Cullen just peels away, and on his left foot puts it past Allsop, and Swansea City have the lead. It's the Tigers 0, Swansea 1.
Easiest set piece you'll see. I'm just looking at that, I'm thinking, yeah, it's drilled in low now. Cullen just made a 5-yard run. You normally see them go over the crossbar. All they had to do was keep the ball down. He's side-footed it past Allsop on his right side. How easy was that?
Too easy.
Too easy. Looking at the runners, looking at tracking down, getting the blocks in, which Liam's all about. The first 10 minutes, as we said, they've started lively than us, and they've got to get themselves under the front.
It's his 5th goal of the season, Liam Cullen. He hadn't scored in 4 in the league. And he's just rectified that one. And as was the case down at Swansea, City are going to have to come from behind against the Welsh side. 1-0 they trail.
What, we 2-0 down at their place and come back to 2-2 if I remember right?
Yeah, 2-0 down within the first 23 minutes. It was Patterson and then on 17 in the 8th on 23. Here comes City, they'll try to create something. Here's Zaroury's first real significant touch in deep position. Slips it on the outside to Giles on the left. He's 17 yards out. Plays it back to Zaroury. Looks to go around the outside of a couple of plays towards the byline. Looks to get the cross in, and it takes a deflection, and that's going to allow Swansea to clear that one downfield. As Jones just knocks it back to Allsop. Well, not the start anyone was hoping for against the side. And how many times do we say we talk about teams, and sometimes people say it's a cliche about any team and all that, but we're saying this is a game that City should be expected to win. If they're going to be genuine playoff contenders, they have to win this one. At home, against a struggling side who haven't won under their new manager, and they're 1-0 down. Long way to go yet, but you make hard work of it, as City give themselves or give away a free kick midway inside the Swansea half. It's a Swansea free kick.
We've not started Oliver.
No. Not at all. BBC Radio Humberside Saturday Sport. Thought we were in trouble there. One of the senior supervisors came. He was looking at you, Swanee, there.
No, he wasn't. He was looking right at you.
Tickets, please. Is that what you're on about? Can't believe you got asked for your identity earlier on. I was waiting for you to say your faces. You
I didn't want to it.
Did you?
Yeah, I still need you. See your ticket.
I mean, in that case, I can't believe you tried it.
I tried it for years, it never worked then.
No. Coyle, back to Jones, back to Allsop, and City trailing the game. We've had 13 minutes here on BBC Radio Humberside. Last home meeting between these two sides ended in a draw. Cabango, who we mentioned, he scored an own goal in the 3rd minute to give City the lead, and then Cumble equalised 6 minutes before the break. That was back in April of last year, towards the end of the season. Last time City won here, we've got to go back to January 22. It was Shota Arveladze's first game in charge, and it was the last time City won 3 games on the bounce, albeit under different managers. With Arveladze coming in to replace Grant McCann when Adrian Jella took over. Long ball forwards headed out by Swansea for City to earn a throw-in on this near right side in front of the West Stand. And Coyle takes it quickly, and it's controlled by Morton, whose socks are practically round his ankles. We're seeing these new really tiny shin pads, aren't we, that allowing him to do that, as Carvalho plays it to Zaroury on the left. He's got 2 players around him, they're doubling up every time on Zaroury, aren't they, when he has had the ball, which hasn't been much so far.
Yeah, none of us look for it, have they really?
No. City need to get themselves in a better position to get themselves back in. They trail. Here's Carvalho. Slips it to Giles. Now to Zaroury. We know he's got a powerful shot. Swings across in. It was in front of Slater, who was chasing after it. It was just a yard or so in front of him. He gets applause from Slater, and equally the fans applaud them for the play. just too far ahead of the City midfielder, and he runs out for a goal kick. That was a nice idea and a nice delivery.
Yeah, it's a great time run by Slater, wasn't it? But just a yard too much on it. The ball got whipped him and was nearly perfect. He was dipping, but just didn't dip quick enough for Slater to get anything on it.
But taking that aside, not good enough from City so far.
No, we haven't got a grip of the game yet.
Ball will drop down in the centre circle. Nice work there from Carvalho to pick a pocket, and then he just couldn't control it. It's taken from him, and here come Swansea pushing away down the left with Fulton. Paqueta tries to send a cross in. It takes a touch off the City player, and that just sends it into the path of Ryan Allsop.
Yeah,
they're looking to get it in those areas, aren't they?
Well, yeah, very similar to where the corner came from, and then they scored from that, didn't they? Again, it was a block on there that took the spin. I think it was Coyle got the block on it, and it just spun into Allsop's hands, really, made it easy for him. But it's too easy, isn't it? They're getting behind us too easy. Like I said, with 15 minutes in, we probably have strung 5 or 6 passes together, which is what we're known for. Trying the long diagonal again, which we're in this time.
And he's done. It's a lovely one from Greaves, and Philogene cuts in on the right side. He's about 30 yards out, still going Philogene. Trying to shape up for a shot, but didn't have the room. Left by Carvalho as it runs to Zarori. His attempted ball into Carvalho is blocked. Swansea get a foot in there. Carvalho tries to get it back. That's gone out for a City throw.
You can see that from here.
Yeah. Took the liner a couple of seconds to make the decision. The East Stand made sure he knew. And
I sort of realised, come on, City.
Yeah, come on, finally. It's kind of building up though, isn't it?
Well, they're sitting there 15 minutes and thinking, what's happened yet? We're 1-0 down and we're not no threat whatsoever.
It's a bit chicken and egg, isn't it? They want something to be lifted by. The players maybe need a bit of a lift. As Zarori controls a nice one over that left side. Plays a ball into Slater. First time touch into Tufan. Lays it off to Philogene, edge of the area. Tries a shot on the diagonal. Comes off a defender's calf and runs to this right side. Philogene keeps it in. Not sure it would have gone out for a throw in anyway. Now Coyle back to Philogene again, whose pink boots match the pink kit of the Swansea away side. Swansea away outfit, I should say. Philogene, nice drop of the shoulder to create some space, then pulls it back, drops out again towards the byline. Support with Coyle. Coyle first time cross, hangs it towards the back beyond Carvalho, and that'll run through. And maybe a bit of a mistake there by Ronald, who takes it right to the corner, and it's going to end up. Actually, it's going to end up City going to get a throw in. Yeah, it came back to Ronald. He heads it out. City get a throw in about 10 yards from that left corner flag in front of the East Stand, which City want to get taken quickly with Giles. We talked about
movement, static.
Yeah. Finally, Zarori makes a bit for him, but Swansea, they're giving him no space either, are they? It's thrown in finally to Carvalho.
Whichever wide man gets it for us, like you've said already, they're getting doubling up on us
every time. Here's Slater. 25 yards out to the right side to Philogene. Head move up in anticipation from the City fans around us in the West Stand upper. It's Morton. Now to Coyle, back to Philogene again, just near the angle of the penalty area on this near right side. Dinks one into Slater, back to Philogene again. And then shows a bit too much to the Swansea player. Morton thought he'd helped his teammate out, but the referee said Philogene had just done a bit too much to shield the Swansea man away. And at 18 minutes, it's 1-0 to the Welsh side. And Hull City have given away a free kick. Peter Swan.
Yeah, I'm looking at Philogene now. I'm thinking, we all know what he's like. Love watching him. It's great ability. I'm thinking he's instinctive thinking a lot today rather than doing what comes natural to him. He's getting on the ball and waiting for things. And I don't know, everything seems slower today by him. Leaving him do things off the cuff, a bit quicker, a bit brighter. He could probably run that spark is off.
The City win the ball back with Zarori. He can push across halfway. He needs to get a shout though because he had someone coming in to take it from him. Still Zarori. He moves across centre field and plays it to this right side to Coyle. Applause from the fans for keeping that play alive. Swansea managed to get players back though. They're certainly defending in numbers, and with that 1-0 lead, might be happy to do it even more. As the Tigers give the ball away, Swansea get it back. Morton trying to win it back for City again, and then concedes a throw-in. And the linesman, not even going to make a decision there, waits for the referee to tell him what he's got to do. Yeah.
Saying that the linesman closer, Liam Rossini's closer, and he's give it to him, and I believe him. Can you tell lies, Liam? No. I've got to be an out on it.
I think the ref got that one.
I think the ref got it right,
yeah. Here's Jones. There's a hit ball into Morton. His avenue back to Allsop was closed off by Cullen, who was prowling and lurking like the predator that he can be. And Flags up for offside against City. This is underwhelming, Swanee.
Yeah, flat. The fizz has gone out of the bottle here. Look at him started.
You have to turn you to the bottle watching this right now. 20 minutes gone as the scoreboard just ticks on to that. Grimsby Town trailed 2-0 against the leaders Stockport County at Blundell Park. As Morton has possession and then finds a ready ball through to Slater. Works it quickly to Tufan. He's got Philogene in support on his right side, 30 yards out. Tufan makes a run, Philogene cuts in, thought about the shot, little step over, some movement in front of him with Carvalho, but feeds Giles. Giles tries to play it to Carvalho again and gives it away. And Swansea have possession, and it's worked quickly by Norton away to that right-hand side to Ronald. Giles does the defending and concedes the throw-in, but that was cheap, and they've got to be better in those areas.
Yes, that was the final pass. Giles realised there, he tried forcing it, got cut out. Fair play to him. He got on his bike, got back and made the challenge, give away the throw-in, but it allows everybody to get back and get set up again.
City have their leading scorer back on the bench after that shoulder injury suffered in the game against Norwich when he was, let's put it simply, poleaxed by the keeper Angus Gunn that night. He's got 8 goals. He's among the substitutes, as we said. As Rushworth, the Swansea keeper, sends a long ball. Giles allows it to bounce and then heads that one clear up towards Morton. He takes a bump from Fulton. And it's headed back inside by Zarori, and Swansea have possession again. The City fans sound a bit frustrated. Here's Ronald, getting around the outside of Zarori, drills across in, it's in towards the area and it's headed backwards by a Swansea player, when really, it was Plaqueta, just needed to hit the target there and he didn't.
It was Plaqueta, wasn't it? I think that, and even though it's come up as a cross, I think it shocked him how quick it came to him.
Yeah.
Because he's like, as his head's gone back to him saying, why didn't I do that towards goal? He's headed it back where it came from, rather than towards goal there, could have made it 2-0.
Yeah. It did. It came in with a bit of force on it, didn't it?
Yeah.
And luckily for City, it meant that he wasn't able to get it on target. With a movement, all of a sudden, some latecomers trying to find the seats around us. Not on our laps, I don't think. Swansea will be all right.
No, I'm not sitting on our laps.
Swansea got it back with Timon, who made 14 appearances and 10 starts for the Tigers. 4 of those in the league, 5 total league appearances. As Tufan almost gets in and he's taken a kick. Fans want a free kick, it's not going to happen. He stays down and Swansea will come away with it down this left side. It's with Fulton, Scottish midfielder. And now the referee will stop play. Tufan stays down. Much in that for you?
No. He tried nicking it, the lad had to get his... Well, the referee was right by not even giving a free kick. Tufan's alright, he's trying to get a free kick there, have a little rest. It's 20 minutes into the game.
Well,
he's back on his feet.
Blackburn, who saw Yondal Thomason leave the club yesterday, leads Stoke by 2-0. Leeds United are 1-0 up against Rotherham. The Tigers go to Rotherham on Tuesday night, as I mentioned. Middlesbrough 0, Bristol City 2. And it's Watford 0, leaders Leicester City 1. Busy week also coming up for the Tigers as Tufan back on his feet, but drinks break for Swansea as the fans are saying, hang on a minute, why are they having to wait for them? And they're probably right, because the referee's ready to get going again. He shouldn't be saying, no, right, as you are when you're ready.
Yeah.
If they're not ready, they should have just carried on there, shouldn't they?
They should have done, yeah.
And then
see how the referee blew up anyway.
No.
Tufan being up.
Wasn't a head injury, was it? City got it back though as Carvalho works it to Tufan, who's recovered. White boots hold that ball up. The yellow ball played to the right side to Zarori. He comes to his right side, whips across it. From the edge of the 6-yard box, Fulton's there to defend it. Tufan heads it back into the area. Headed away out as far as Jones. And back to halfway. And Jones will go back to Allsop, who's going to be closed down here. He's got to get the ball away quickly, and he does. Patterson was bearing down on him. I'm not sure Jones was aware of Patterson's existence there, was he?
I think he knew, but didn't realise how close he was.
And didn't put enough on it either,
no.
did he?
Like I say, Allsop could see everything there, so he made good contact, good clearance on it.
Yeah. Fulham lead Bournemouth by 1-0 in the Premier League, and Brighton are 1-0 up at the Tottenham Stadium. Goalless in the other games. It finished Manchester City 2, Everton 0 earlier in the day. Nottingham Forest and Newcastle will kick off at 5:13 in the Championship. Ipswich 2, West Bromwich Albion 2. it is those two places now, isn't it? 5th and 6th, you'd think.
Yeah,
Swansea in the
11 points,
Championship.
isn't there? 11 points gap between 4th and 5th.
Yeah, oh, mistake there, but Greaves, who then gets himself out of it, headed back into the area though. Greaves has got to get back. Swansea with an opportunity to add a second here. Maybe a chance and a late challenge there from Regan Slater, and he had to, because if he hadn't, Patterson was waiting to pull the trigger from about 7 or 8 yards out.
They're all over the shop here, aren't they?
And then Morton goes in with a strong challenge. Play continues, and then all of a sudden the referee decides, and this time the linesman does make a decision, and Morton is penalised. It was a full-blooded challenge from Tyler Morton.
I don't know much in it. I don't know where the other side of the field, right? But yeah, was away there, 2-on-2, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. And then all of a sudden, and as we said, that's the time where all of a sudden the linesman does decide they're going to make a decision. They were the ones who flagged it. The referee was happy
waiting for the referee to make a decision, wasn't
he? Yeah. And then he decided to give it, and now he's going to call Morton across. And it's Grimsby 10-0, Stockport 23 is the latest. That could get ugly at Blundell Park. We've conceded 6 over Christmas, and it is a booking for Tyler Morton. City fans not happy with that one. Morton went in with a bit of a challenge there. The one City need to be careful of, by the way, is Jacob Greaves, who's got to get through this game and the next 3 games after that, including Southampton, on 9 yellow cards.
No chance.
Otherwise, it's a two-match book.
No chance, is there? Centre half not getting booked.
Can't see it, can you? And that's when the cut-off is for Jacob Greaves, or any player in particular, but Greaves is the closest to it. As Swansea have a free kick, it's almost on the green line, which is removing one of the rugby league lines. Free kick's going to be whipped in from this right side, and it's come off the knee, I think, in the end of Ronald, and out for a goal kick. City ball.
I don't know if that's a bad shot or good defending by Giles there to get just close enough to him to make him play the ball over the crossbar, but he's seemed to have got a cross. I thought Ronald should have done better there.
Yeah, he got in a good position, didn't he?
Yeah.
In front of the
where's the asset, are we?
Not at all. It looks jittery, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Lacking any real purpose. See if they can find something here with Carvalho, who we know can make things happen. So too Philogene, who gets the ball from Giles away on that left side. Zaroury's come to this right. They've switched at the moment. Looks a more purposeful thing rather than just being caught out of position. See if they get a bit more joy. Jones will try and find Zaroury on this right side. He slides one through to Slater, who lays it off for him. Back to Zaroury again. He just flicks it forward, but it runs through to Carl Rushworth. And that will be a Swansea ball. We've had nearly 28 minutes of the game, and if you just joined us, Swansea City lead by a goal to nil. Cullen with the finish on 11 minutes off a Josh Timon corner. City's defenders just didn't pick him up, and he had free roam and free rein to put it past Allsop. And again, if you've just joined us, City haven't been at it.
Game just passed us by. 28 minutes has gone by. And no one's had no impression whatsoever. None of our players.
Not at all. And here comes Swansea again with Paqueta. Left side near the angle of the area, pushes towards the byline. Tries to drag a cross back, but Coyle stands firm and resilient in front of him. Grimes gets it back to Paqueta again. Drops the shoulder, shows up, gets a cross in. Jones is there to head that one away, and just out for a corner.
Some of the ball that's got whipped in though. You've got to try and get the block, and if you don't get the block, you've got to get to the second ball. It's important.
And again, you talk about players who can make the space for themselves. He didn't have a lot of room, did he?
No. Didn't have to beat him.
When we've spoken about Lakilo in the past, he seemed to want open space, didn't he, before he'd even attempt one of those. Corner from the left side with time, and this time it's a high curling one hung up towards the back. It's headed away by Greaves. He'll try and get there before Grimes, who beats him to it. Philogene looks to take it from Grimes, but Swansea still have it all in pink. Slater meets it at the edge of the deep and volleys that one away to Carvalho, and he just skips away from Grimes and keeps possession. City midway inside their own half.
There's a way you look to the front four now to know like when things aren't going your way.
Yeah.
One of them's got to step up, make something happen, get that push back, get that feel back. They've got the ability to go on and do that. Take the game by the scruff of the neck and take it to them, and then that'll give everybody that lift and gets everybody back in the game. Then you feel like you've got a chance. At the moment, not for me.
City with the ball on the left-hand side. It's with Cavallo will take this. Instead he'll leave it for Giles. 20 yards out, left-hand side, in towards Philogene. Philogene bumps off it. That'll be a free kick. Referee blows his whistle.
There's opportunity to get the ball forward, doesn't it? Set piece. Set pieces can change games, get you back in it. At the moment, there's open players not doing that, so let's see if this can give us that spark.
Giles with a free kick then. It's practically midway inside the Swansea half. City trailing by goal to nil. We're past the half-hour mark. Curled in. Cavallo will flick a header in towards Tufan. Tufan with a header straight towards the keeper. Flag stayed down. It would have counted. But he's headed it straight to Rushworth. Best chance of the game so far. The only chance for City so far in this game. And it's gone from them. They've trailed by 1 goal to nil.
The ball was in the air, seemed to be for ages, and nobody was getting closer to Tufan. He's had his eyes on the ball. If he could have just had a little look down to see that there's nobody closing down, he could have controlled that and then just passed it either side of the keeper. I think his eyes were that focused on the ball, he made his decision while it was up there to head it. If someone had given him a call, he had time, or he could have easily brought that down, I thought, and put it either keepers either side.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. I'd want to see it again. It's one of those, isn't it, where if he does that and it doesn't pay off, sometimes you go, why isn't he finished his first time?
He's a player that we're on about, the touch he's got, he can drop that. Not a problem for him.
Here comes City again. Philogene sets Giles free, cross ball in towards Slater, and the referee spots the Linos flag, and that is offside against the Tigers. This has not gone City's way so far. 32 minutes gone. You just hope they're not left ruined. They're the opportunities, the moment you need to get back in a game. They're the ones you hope you're not ruined come 5 o'clock tonight.
I won't say it was an easy chance, and he probably believed he could score with an header. But like I said, I just think he was watching the ball too much, and he's a man with the ability to do anything with that ball. But obviously, I think at that time, he just didn't have the vision of what was around him.
Thanks to Mike Hannemuth messaged as well to point out that it was Roberto Martinez we were trying to remember. The City get themselves a free kick just near halfway. Philogene had a lot of attention around him there. 95.9 FM, BBC Radio Humberside. Mike and Swansea, as Morton thought about setting Tufan free. Tufan claps his hands in frustration because he thought that was a fair opportunity to do that. Swansea's Welsh rivals Cardiff are 1-0 down at home to Preston as Swansea try and break free again as Grimes plays it away to the right side. It's dragged in onto the left foot, blocked by Greaves. Strong challenge there from Cavallo and Tufan going in on Patterson, and the Tigers get it back in front of their own penalty area. Jones playing some really dangerous balls at times. City and a Swansea player both down. Play continues. The referee is carrying it on. Now he's going to stop play again. Now it almost seems like he's stopping play based on fan reaction.
Yeah.
It's no head injury again, is it?
No, both players are fine as well. I know they're both on the floor, but in seconds they'll both be fine. They're both on their feet now. Play on.
Now Ash. Well, you're not fit to referee is the shout from the City fans. This is Jeff Eltringham, who took charge of the Tigers game here against Southampton back in October. 8 bookings in the game that day.
Yeah, but you can't always blame the referee for things like that.
No.
I mean, it's down to the players. Get up, get playing.
There's that side of it, but why is he stopping it? It's not a head
Yeah.
injury.
No, it's not an head injury. Both players, you can tell they'll be fine.
The only reason City will take it, it's actually eased a bit of pressure. It's got Swansea away from their penalty area because they were swarming them, weren't they?
Yeah.
But it's killing the momentum at the moment, which City don't have much, but when they do, they need to try and make some of it count, as Swansea will try and set something going down the left side. Paqueta chases after it, but Jones plays it away. Rory nearly lost possession there, but does well to keep it. Linked up with Coyle, Morton, and now Jones, and back to Allsop. There's no space yet, is there, for City?
The passing movement, nothing's really come off them, has it? No.
Here's Moore. Nicely right. Yeah, just shrugs off a challenge of Patterson. Swings one away to the right side, intended for Philogene, but it's headed clear by Norton, and then Ronald takes it from Cavallo. Just was a bit lackadaisical with that, and the Brazilian pushes on, tries to get around the outside of Giles. Giles does well, and should be a goal kick. Good work from Ryan Giles.
Showed change of pace as well there, Giles. Just Ronald knocked the ball and he thought, I've got him for pace here. He didn't get away from that hold, and Giles got back in, played the ball against Ronald, got himself a goal kick, clever defender.
You could see the extra gear, couldn't you, just as he kicked into it.
Yeah.
Brentford lead at Wolves by a goal to nil. Come on City is the champ. The Tigers 1-0 down, 35 minutes gone in this first half. And they've not been good enough. Jones
way off the pace.
Oh, yeah. And this is what we're talking about, isn't it? About that consistency. We've said it before. City not being able to string 3 consecutive wins together. You look at the teams up there, the Leicesters, the Southamptons. They find ways of doing that. Yes, Coyle comes to clear his lines. He sends that one away. That's going to drift out for a throw just in front of the Swansea technical area. And it's taken quickly. Luke Williams is out there pointing and gesturing and getting his instructions out. Liam Rosenior a little bit more stoic at the moment. Then he brings the hands out the pockets to just acknowledge some movement and applauds the player on his side. As Giles has it, he did well there just to deal with what Ronald had as Philogene cuts in on the left touchline. Ball at halfway with Moore. Slides it to this right side to Jones. He works it to the right touchline to Zarori. Cuts inside, midway inside the Swansea half. Cheeky back heel to Coyle, who's got a bit of space to run into. He's got Slater in support, but the better option was Zarori. Ball into Slater. Just that little step and change in pace from Zarori made the difference there. Now Giles across the left side to Carvalho. And then City give it away. Carvalho dispossessed. Giles wins it back, but Swansea have it, and they'll play it away to the right. And Ronald is going to try and get around the outside of Greaves. His pace certainly did the better of him. Then good work from Greaves. He just caught the angle right, and he slides in about 30 yards out, puts that one out for a throw.
Yeah, Ronaldo thought he took the chance of having a race with Greaves there, and like I say, Greaves again, not letting him out of his sights, was he? It's a great time challenge. Caught the ankle of Ronaldo, and he's back to his feet again. But yeah, it's a great challenge by Greaves.
Throwing from the right hand side. Swansea ball, 30 yards out, all in pink, to run into Fulton, who started his career at Falkirk. Played over 200 games for Swansea in the league, 312 career league games. And City themselves get a throw in. It's Giles who's going to take it. The floodlights are on, but it's still a light sky in West.
The lights are on, but no one's on.
Well, yeah,
at the moment.
Very well done by Swansea. Let's see if we can do something here with Philogene, who's been called, and finally the referee will bring it back, and that's got to be a booking for Cabango. And the flashy yellow tells you it is.
Yeah, the referee's right behind there, who's waiting for it on it. They didn't get the pass away. The whistle's always going to be blown.
But unfortunately, it gives Swansea a chance to regroup.
Yeah.
Because they were on the heels a bit there, weren't they? Because Philogene was ready to take off. The defence were backtracking. Cabango knew he had to do something. And he's taken that one for the team. He's City free kick. Just shy of midway in the Swansea half, away to the left-hand side. It's going to be Giles that will dink it up towards Jacob Greaves, who's having his shirt pulled there. And the ball will run through for a throw-in.
6 and 2 3, Mike.
Yeah. Not enough that he's going to get a decision, but you can just see if there's any more on it.
You're starting to get like the fans like wanting things to happen to change the game. The players are going to do that.
Yeah. I didn't think it was a penalty. I just there was a tug in there, but certainly not. And as you said, they're tussling for it, aren't they? They're going in for it.
How quiet is it?
Yeah. Well, I've not been given much reason to shout at the moment. The Giles has to come across to cover, but then City might be in trouble here as the ball was played away down the left side. Ronald had come across for it, but the ball will roll through to Ryan Allsop.
Is Ronald his first name or second name?
It's his first name. It's a Brazilian name. It's Ronald Pereira Martins, but goes, as most Brazilians go by that one name. He's 22-year-old Brazilian. As a long ball forward for Carvalho to try and chase after. Rushworth will just let that one roll through and out for a goal kick. He's signed from Guarani SP back in the January window. His third appearance, made his debut against Leicester City. Ronald looks a
busy player, doesn't he? He's got, but as we said, Ryan Giles had him covered when he tried to fly past him.
I'm just looking there, Liam Rossini's asked Giles to go into the midfield there from this dead ball. Greaves was going to have to pick the wide man up. And just pushed Giles into midfield there, they've just collected it there. So again, I think it's trying to overload areas, get people in positions. But the passing and movement's like, we're having to have an extra touch to see what's a great player there.
To Rory body check there as he tries to flick a ball past Simon.
Great bit of skill.
Yeah.
And they've got clattered for it.
Yeah, it stays down, just giving his left knee a bit of a rub. It's one of those, probably a painful one. It just catches that little soft part of the inside of the knee, isn't it?
Get up, come on. 1-0 down.
Yeah, something. They need to do something to pull them out of their shape because they're not troubling them at all yet.
No, exactly. I think you're right there. They're just all, they're settled, aren't they?
Yeah. Ball floated forward by Coyle. It's just ahead of Tufan and through to Rushworth in all yellow. Yeah, and especially having got the goal, they're going, right, okay, what have you got?
They look fine. If you're watching them, you're thinking they look well organised, played the under no pressure at the back. I said they've been professional a couple of times when we have broke on them, they pull the man down, give a yellow card, so they got settled. They look in control, really.
Came into the game in 17th in Swansea, having won just 8 of their 30 games in the Championship, lost 13 of them, drawn 9. Conceded 48 goals so far as Slater again closed down. He has to get the ball to Jones. He'll dink it to this right side to Zarori. Shout handball from the fans. Referee just nods to say nothing wrong with it, and Swansea win back possession again. Wood and Fulp linking up, and it's across to Cabango, who came through the Swansea youth system, having initially played for TNS in Wales. And that's out for a Swansea thrown away on that right hand side. Some fans already with about 3 minutes to go plus stoppage time to the break are off for some half-time refreshments, which will probably be a bit more enjoyable than what we've seen from this first 45 minutes so far. Cabango drills one to this near left side, headed out by Louis Coyle. Well, City have conceded first in 17 games now this season, 15 of those in the league. In the previous 16, they've won 3, drawn 5, including an FA Cup draw in there, and lost 8. So,
fair play to the 50-odd, 60 fans having a little sing-song. You could even hear them from over here.
Individual.
Download of them singing.
Pick out the ones finding the harmonies. Yeah, they're trying to do something, but it's flat. You said it perfectly, Swanee, flat. There's no other way to sum it up at the moment, performance and atmosphere-wise, but the atmosphere is based off what they're not seeing from their side right now. So Valio tries to get out of the spot, 2 plays around him again.
I bet there's a little bit of unrest at half-time with the fans alive. No, if they got,
there might be. Throwing taken quickly though by Coyle. Now here comes Cavallo. He's gone towards the edge of the area, plays it to the left side to Philogene. Philogene holds the ball up, looking to get a shot away. Drags it onto his left foot, comes back on his right, skims and slips and slaloms his way through, and then eventually Swansea can play that one away.
Trying to do too much again.
Yeah.
Been like all first half when he's got it. Thinking about it too much rather than being impulsive.
Just under 2 minutes left. He sort of glided, didn't he? Skimmed past one challenge, then he sort of ducked in, and then it was almost like one touch too many.
Yeah.
As Cavallo goes down, that'll be a free kick to City, 10 yards inside the Swansea half, away on the far left in front of that east-stand side.
Even Philogene's picked him up.
Yeah, we'll get on with it, he says. City trail by a goal to 0. Scunthorpe United are 1-0 down against Curzon Ashton. The automatic promotion dream is struggling as Philogene tries to get there. It's headed away, or headed and then fired away by Norton. Ball is midway inside the Swansea half. The Tigers trying to get it back, but it comes up to Cullen, the goal scorer, and then played away quickly by him, and Plaqueta's going after it. And Coyle's been beaten for pace. Plaqueta inside the area. Left-hand side, tries to drive one into the side netting.
Plaqueta should have done better. He'd done Coyle for pace. I'm saying Coyle did everything he possibly could by showing him wide, and he elected to go for a shot there, and the angle was so narrow. For me, he should have tried a little trick or trying to get across Coyle there, because he'd run into him and could have easily got a penalty.
Yeah. Or leaves him on his backside, and then he's just got Allsop to beat, hasn't he? Because Coyle was flat out, wasn't he?
The pace, he'd done him.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been able to stop himself if he tried, no. And they get away with that one to City. And it's 1-0 to the visitors. Here's Tufa, midway inside the Swansea half. Now to Cavallo. Cavallo has space in front on his right foot. Cavallo strikes one wide. Just wide. It opened up for him, but he just couldn't find the accuracy on it, and he puts it out for a goal kick. And then we've got 2 minutes before the break. Hull City 0, Swansea 1.
It's going to take one of us front four to do something special to get us back in it and just feel that today. We're always in it because of the players we've got, but this is nowhere near good enough for the manager.
No, there needs to be a strong message at half-time, because whatever they're trying to do isn't working. 2 minutes of added on time. We'll get a roundup of what's happening at Scunthorpe United and Grimsby Town. A rough 45 minutes for the Mariners. Not great either for Scunthorpe United. We like to go for the really Humberside hat-trick, but that's usually 3 wins. It's a rare thing. At the moment, all 3 sides are behind. An interesting football forum with James. 08000 665959 if you want to talk to him. As Moore drifts one out to this near right side to Zaroury. Zaroury thinks about the cross. He's got Coyle. Sends a cross in. Dealt with by Fulton. Will drop down at the edge of the area. Headed clear. Ronald gets there. Gets away from
circus. Ronald there.
Yeah. Nice. And welcome to Scunthorpe United listeners as they're 1-0 down at half-time. Hull City 1-0 down here against Swansea. It's not been a good first 45 from Liam Rossini's side as they look for their third straight win for the first time under Liam Rossini since he came in. Swansea knocking the ball around in the City half though with Plaqueta. Now Timon the ex-City man. Ball played into Plaqueta again. Zaroury misses it. Early ball into the area. Needs to be dealt with by Greaves and is because Cullen was lurking. And that could have got messy just before half-time, Peter Swan.
Yeah, Swansea's done well. Swansea played decent football, haven't they? They've been control that first half. That's it. They've let us have the ball now and again. It's been all Swansea. That should have been another chance there. He whipped it in at pace.
Half-time
behind him
at the MKM Stadium and a half that hasn't been good enough. It's as simple as that from Liam Rossini's side. A disappointing first 45 minutes that saw them fall behind on just 11 minutes from a Josh Timon corner against his former club. Liam Cullen had just peeled away from the defenders. No one picked him up, and from about 8 yards out strikes a left foot into the City goal. And that is how the first half has gone, and City just haven't been able to get themselves in it at all. A two-fan header that went straight to the keeper. The only real opportunity. Plaqueta's hit the side netting for Swansea City just before the break there as well. He could have easily found himself in a position to put Swansea 2-0 off. But it is just the one, but not good enough from the Tigers in that first 45 minutes. Hull City 0, Swansea City 1.
Yeah, it's one of the worst performances, I think, this season. First half, that. Completely different to last week's first half performance. And like I said, that's what the manager will be getting through to his players there. They've been forced too many times to go along diagonal, chasing things, divers not come off. They've picked everything up, dealt with everything, moved the ball well, they've got into dangerous areas. They possibly could be 2 up. Like I said, and if you said they deserve it, yeah, they would do on the back of that first half performance. They've not shown no brightness, no light. And just looking at the players, like I said, Filipino's the one that's got the ability. Seems to be taking too much time on the ball. Get out your feet, go do something with it. He's dragging his foot on it, waiting for players to come in, and he's slowing everything down. We used to get that with Aquilo, where he slowed the game down. We need to quicken the game up and try and get the 1-2s and get in behind the back of them. At the moment, we've not done nothing like that. We've not put no threat their way whatsoever.
And as we said, once they got their goal, they've been quite happy. They're keeping the shape. They're frustrating City as well, who seem bereft of any ideas of how to crack that open.
They're playing the perfect game out there away from home. They sat there, they pick things up. They're thinking, these are nothing. They've not really put themselves out to thinking that we've asked no questions. And they're just like, we didn't expect. I bet they're shocked that they didn't expect this. There's definitely going to be a different second half completely, to see what we can come out and do, because at the moment he won't be happy with that.
And Plaqueta and Ronald's been dealt with a bit more by Giles. Louis Cole's having a tough time of things here, but he's not been helped, is he? He's not been given any support.
Sometimes as a defender you've got to win your battles, haven't you? Like I said, a couple of occasions down there. Coyle's got himself in good areas and got the blocks on it, but it's overall the play. It's just been too easy. Like I said, the second balls are picking up. we seem to be having the extra touch, and they're not, when the time we try to open them up or make the pass, they're set, they're in good positions. Where before, when we're playing well, the 1, 2, 3 passes, we've opened them up all behind the back of them at the moment. Everything's in front of them, and they're dealing with it.
Half-time here at the MKM Stadium, it is Hull City 0, Swansea City 1.
Disappointing then, first half, not just here at the MKM Stadium, but it seems across all three of our commentaries this afternoon. Good afternoon from James Hogarth here at the MKM Stadium. Let's cross to North East Lincolnshire and at Blundell Park. The story of the first half as Stockport are the visitors to Blundell Park, from John Tomter.
Well, it's going to be Town 0, Stockport County 3, and you just can't keep doing it, can you? But Town seems to not to have learned that lesson. You play out from the back, you give the ball away, the opposition score. You give away free headers when the ball comes in, the opposition scores. You don't stop crosses coming in, you don't stop quick free kicks being taken, and the opposition score. The Mariners just been hopeless, really, in defence, trying to bring the ball out. It started okay, they should have scored. Danny Rose from close range having a shot saved, but then the opportunities started arriving, and the first one, Cartwright tried to find Thompson with a woefully short pass. Sarkovic stepped in and he scored. 30-minute free kick taken very quickly, played forward to Evans, marked on the right hand side, he switched it into Alafe scored. Holohan then had a goal disallowed for Town, very, very tight from our angle, but not given, and then another goal coming across from Sarkovic, played in, and Cass had one free header blocked, and then he had another one which he scored with. The Mariners puffed and puffed, tried to get going, couldn't really do so. I don't really know. There's so much going wrong at the moment, it's hard to pinpoint individual bits. They can't defend, they're playing out the back without any confidence, and teams are just picking them off. It's Grizzly Town 0, Stockport County 3.
Not a great sounding first half then at Blundell Park, and I think the same can be said for our game on Freeview Channel 721 and on the BBC Sports website and app. Scunthorpe United against Curzon Ashton at the Actis Arena. The story of the first half there from Jed Penberthy.
Well, it's a very frustrated Scunthorpe United 0, Curzon Ashton 1, and the hosts have definitely been on top for most of this game. Jimmy Dean said on Tuesday night that he was happy with the performance, albeit he wasn't happy with the result. And I think it'll be the same story here today as well if they are to go down 1-0 to Curzon Ashton. They started well with a volley from Jacob Butterfield from the edge of the box that went straight down the throat of the Curzon Ashton keeper, and the pressure kept on coming from Scunthorpe United. Danny Whitehall had a double shot and header, both saved by Mason again. Dion Semi-Ferris has certainly been the bright spark for Scunthorpe United, but other than that, that's probably been the best that they've had so far. And it was Jimmy Spencer against his former club to glance home a header from really Curzon Ashton's only shot of the first half, flicked into the corner on the 38th minute, his 8th of the season, and that's how we stand so far at half-time here at the Actis Arena. Scunthorpe United 0, Curzon Ashton 1.
Jed, thank you very much. Not a great story, I think, that we'll be telling so far on the Football Forum from 5 o'clock here on BBC Radio Humberside. The half-times around the rest of football today will start with the Premier League. It's Fulham 2, AFC Bournemouth 0. Liverpool and Burnley is 1 apiece currently. Sheffield United are at Luton and they have a 2-0 lead so far. Tottenham, it's Tottenham 0, Brighton and Hove Albion 1, and Wolverhampton Wanderers 0, Brentford 1. The game between Manchester City and Everton was the early kickoff. That has gone the way of Manchester City, which means the 2 Erling Haaland goals to see Manchester City go to the top of the Premier League. The match between Nottingham Forest and Newcastle United is played at 5:30 this evening. To the Championship, it's Blackburn Rovers who of course replaced their manager yesterday, swapping John Dale Thomason for John Eustace 3, Stoke City 1, Cardiff City 0, Preston North End 2. Here at the MKM Stadium, United 5.9 FM commentary, Hull City 0, Swansea City 1. Leeds United 1, Rotherham 0. Rotherham, of course, the team that welcomed Hull City on Tuesday night to the New York Stadium. Middlesbrough 0, Bristol City 2. It's Queen's Park Rangers 1, Norwich City 0. Southampton 0, Huddersfield Town 2. Sunderland 0, Plymouth Argyle 1. and Watford 0, Leicester City 1. To League 2, so League 1 I should say, Barnsley 0, Leyton Orient 1, Blackpool and Oxford is 1 apiece. It's currently Bristol Rovers 0, Burton Albion 1, Cambridge United and Cheltenham is goalless, as is Carlisle versus Portsmouth, and Derby County against Shrewsbury Town. Lincoln City 0, Fleetwood Town 1, Northampton 1, Bolton Wanderers 0, Port Vale 1, Stevenage 0, Reading and Charlton is goalless, Wigan 0, Exeter 1, and Wycombe Wanderers have a 2-0 lead over Peterborough United. Into League 2, AFC Wimbledon 2, Barrow 0, Crewe and Crawley is 0-0, Doncaster Rovers 1, Tranmere Rovers 0, Forest Green 0, Mansfield 1. As you've been hearing, your game on digital radio is currently Grimsby Town 0, Stockport County 3 at half-time. You hope for better in the second half with John Ponder and Gary Croft. Harrogate and Colchester 0-0, Milton Keynes Dons 0, Accrington 1, Morecambe 1, Sutton United 0, Swindon against Salford is goalless, Walsall 0, Newport County 3, and Wrexham and Bradford is currently goalless. And into the National League North, a couple of games postponed, including Banbury versus Rushall, Blythe versus Buxton, Kings Lynn versus Chorley. It's Chester 1, Scarborough 0, Darlington and Alfreton is 0-0, Gloucester City 0, South Shields 2, as we're hearing, Scunthorpe United 0, Curzon Ashton 1, Southport 0, Brackley Town 1, Tamworth and Farsley is goalless, as is Warrington Town against Boston United. I'll move away from the action itself and to the commemorations of a very moving moment here at the MKM Stadium this afternoon. And before today's match here at the stadium, there was a pause to remember the 36 men who lost their lives when the Hull Trawl of Gaul disappeared 50 years ago. Now, as part of the commemorations, a mural by local artist Andy P has been officially unveiled on the wall outside the MKM Stadium. Before the game, I spoke to Reece Cressy, who chairs the campaign group Stand, and local councillor, Hull City Councillor Darren Hale.
We're standing by this haunting mural, dark blues, tribute to those who lost their lives when gold disappeared 50 years ago. How significant is having a mural here at the MKM Stadium?
I think it's really, really important because fishing was intertwined with sport. They love the football and they love the rugby, and so it's fitting that at the stadium there will be this wonderful mural done by Andy P, brilliant artist Andy P, that everyone will see when they go to the stadium when they're coming to watch sport. And also, so many away fans will get to see it as well. It might actually figure to them the importance of fishing to Hull's history.
And I guess as long as these pieces of history continue to get older and older, it's very important to remind younger supporters, anyone that uses the stadium, of these dark events that's happened in Hull's history, which might be in the lifetime of their parents or grandparents.
Absolutely. As the years go by, less and less people perhaps have that direct experience of having worked in the industry, so it's really important that we have these murals, we have these symbols, and we have these stories to keep the history alive, because, you know, history should be passed down from generation to generation, and so that people actually remember the sacrifice that not just the 36 men on the Gaul made, but the 6,000 people that left this city to fish to never return.
And I guess the stadium's quite a crucial part of the hub of West Hull, isn't it? Because the front doors of the West Stand look out onto that fishing community, not far from the old docks. And this is a building that's steeped in the West Hull communities.
It most certainly is, and I have to pay tribute to Hull City, that obviously worked with us to make this a reality on the stadium. You know, so it was Council and Stadium, but they got the lease of the management committee, and they worked solidly with us. They were really pleased to embrace this memorial, and also with the events they're doing before the game today, it will be really poignant, and it will really, in a sense, be quite moving today. So again, our hats off to them. They're very much part of this community, along with the rugby clubs that have both got involved. And you'll see today a City united in sport, but a City united to remember the Gaul.
And looking ahead to the derby on Thursday night here at the stadium, more tributes, more commemorations as well. So a week of remembrance.
We couldn't have timed it better with the curtain raiser for Super League being the whole derby, and obviously it's just outside this period, but it'd be a great chance for Rugby League, which obviously intertwined with fishing, to actually pay its own memorial this Thursday. So yeah, brilliant. It'll be a brilliant day today, and it'll be a brilliant day on Thursday. And as I say, the culmination of 4 days of events where we remember, as I say, the sacrifice of the men of the Goal, but also the wider importance of the fishing community to the people of Hull.
Ruth Creasy, and I'm the chair of STAND, which is the St Andrews Dock Fishing Heritage Group.
How do you feel standing outside the MKM Stadium, Ruth, and seeing this really, really powerful artistic symbol to the victims of Gore?
Well, it's an amazing mural, and I think what Andy P, the artist, has done is just absolutely incredible. He's reflected the history of the fishing industry in the 3 generations of trawlers that he's painted there, and representing the spirit of the sea overlooking the trawlers as well. And, you know, with the central trawler being representative of the Gaul, at a time when we're remembering the 50th anniversary and the 36 men who were lost, it's a very powerful image.
Today, the victims will be represented on the pitch by the members of Hull Kingston Rovers, Hull City and Hull FC. In the case of Hull City and Hull FC, captained by people born in Hull. So, a very special moment to mark a very sad affair.
Yes, it is. I mean, it's we've always said that these commemorations are bringing the city united, and this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to unite people together in loss, basically, and to bring all of the rugby, the football, the relatives of the goal who are here today as well, and to bring them together. That's the motto of these 4 days, really, is that we're a city united.
BBC Radio Humberside, Saturday sport time now to go our separate ways for 2 of our commentaries. The second half commentary of Grimsby Town against Stockport is John Tonga and Gary Croft, and on Freeview Channel 721 and the BBC Sport website and app for Scunthorpe United versus Curzon Ashton, it's Steve Torpey alongside Jed Penderbury, and you can make a choice now.
BBC Sounds has a brand new area dedicated to East Yorkshire and Northern Lincolnshire. From local stories to sport, news to stuff you've just not discovered yet. Sign in to your BBC account to access it all. You never know what you might uncover. Get more sounds from East Yorkshire and Northern Lincolnshire. Listen on BBC Sounds.
Still waiting for the teams to emerge. In fact, the teams are emerging any time now. Swansea City's players are coming back out. Second half commentary on the way. Here at the MKM Stadium, a very disappointing first half for the Tigers, as you heard from Swanee and Mike White. Certainly not of the standard you'd expect of the Tigers, particularly in the last few weeks. A reminder of the Premier League, it's Fulham 2, Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 1, Burnley 1, Luton Town 0, Sheffield United 2, Tottenham 0, Brighton and Hove Albion 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0, Brentford 1. The game between Manchester City and Everton was an early kick-off. Manchester City threw 2 Erling Haaland goals, securing a 2-0 win versus Everton. You can see all of the Premier League action on Match of the Day this evening on BBC One and the iPlayer at 10:30 with Gary Lineker. As Hull City arrived for the second half here at the MKM Stadium, time for second half commentary from Mike White and Swanee.
Thanks, James. Yeah, welcome back. The 2 teams have just emerged. Trying to see if City are going to make any changes. Not sure. We'll keep an eye on that. We've had a message from Paul, try and put a smile on our face, Swanee, put aside from the football. Paul, who's a photographer, he's got in touch and said, just in a Brisbane league, having a pint with Phil Hodgson, Swanee. He's been telling me some tales from back in the day.
Phil Hodgson? Wow.
I dread to think. Right, maybe one for another day past the 9 o'clock watershed, maybe, is it?
Are we on there? Yeah.
Yeah, we are, yeah.
We best be careful then.
The voice of Peter Swan, former City record signing alongside me, Mike White. The 2 teams about to get underway. The referee just waiting to give the nod to Swansea, who lead by 0-0.
It's got to be a better second half on it. It needs to be.
The referee's brought it back.
He's got to go and remember the rocket.
Well, no changes in terms of personnel, but as you said, it certainly needs to change in terms of style of play. But how they go about it, we'll see over the course of the next 45 minutes. They trail by that 1 goal. Referee finally now says, yeah, we can go. And we're underway in what Hull City have just tweeted themselves, a big 45 minutes. Free kick given away by the visitors. Tigers free kick deep in their own half. We're on that far right hand side. They're in black and amber City in this second half. Defending the south stand end, where Ryan Olsop receives the ball in his goal mouth and rolls it out to Jacob Greaves. He's got Philogene on this near left-hand side. 10:22 in midweek. Plays the ball inside to Morton. Just spins away and gives it to Jones, who sends it to the right side to Coyle. Now Rory stabs it inside to Slater, who can't control it, and City lose possession. Another way to start on the front foot. Ball played down that left channel. Coyle just gets in front of Plaqueta. Jones will let that one run out, and that's out for a goal kick. City are an unchanged starting 11 then. Liam Rossini naming from the team that beat Millwall last week. Allsop in goal, who rolls this one out to Jones. He's one of the two centre-halves alongside Greaves. Coyle at right back and Giles at left back. Will receive the ball here from Jacob Greaves. Morton and Slater in the centre of midfield. Slater's pushing himself up a bit further forward when City have got possession. Philogene on this left side, Rory on the right, and then Tufan and Carvalho in the middle. The Tigers bench is Pando, McLaughlin, Doherty, Ohio, Traore, Sharp, Jacob, Conley and Irma. I'll give you the Swansea side in a second as they play a long ball forward. A flag goes up for offside against the Welsh team. Taken quickly. Giles. Philogene just looks a figure of frustration there all of a sudden as the ball didn't come through to him. Ball through to Tufan, flags up for offside.
It's going to be out too early.
Yeah, it was off, it was right in line with it,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah, too early.
If he hadn't have done, he still had the opportunity there, didn't he? He didn't need that extra yard.
No, it's a distance between him and the defenders, wasn't there?
Yeah.
In between. The pass was perfect.
Yeah, they were perfect. They were strangers, weren't they? Cabango and Wood. But it comes back for a free kick, which is just outside the centre circle in the Swansea half, and Cabango will drive one away to that left side, but it's too far away from and too high for Plaqueta. And City have a throw in midway inside their own half. Swansea with Rushworth in goal, Norton, Cabango, Wood and Timon the back four, Fulton and Grimes in the midfield with Ronald on the right, Plaqueta on the left and Patterson playing in behind Cullen. BBC Radio Humberside. Saturday Sport.
Strange league, Mike. Southampton and Huddersfield too.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah.
City go to Huddersfield a week today. And again, we talk about games like this one, Rotherham on Tuesday, and then that Huddersfield one, you say, they're one City should be expected to win, and then Huddersfield are doing that to Southampton. Swansea doing this to City today. Mad league. That's why we love it though. We don't love this performance. Crossing from Swansea from the left side. He's headed away by Greaves. Fulton knocks it down for Grimes. Timon keeps it in away on that left-hand side. It's halfway in the City half. Drop of the shoulder by Plaqueta to try and get the cross in. It's deflected away by Coyle, and for a corner on that left-hand side, it's flat again. Sometimes trying to get the noise going. It's Swansea fans you can hear, I think, in that far corner.
They brought quiet and done a nice little thing song to themselves. That's brought too early for Southampton. They've scored one.
They've scored now, pulled one back. But still trailing in the game by 2-1. Corner's going to be taken left side by Timon. Timon drives it in low in towards Plaqueta. It's a similar routine to the one that saw the goal for Cullen on 11 minutes. This time, City had matched up to it.
Only just though, in the last second pitch challenge there now, wasn't it? But he can't do that twice.
No, surely not. It was a bit closer to the 6-yard box this time though, wasn't it? City might try and break away with Carvalho, but he's got 3 players around him, easily works off the ball, and Grimes can knock it back to Rushworth, who just sends that one long, high and hanging. Giles underneath it to knock it down, intended for Philogene. Comes off Patterson and out for a City throw-in. 15 yards inside the Swansea half. Tigers fans urging them to get it going quickly. Swansea got Fisher, the substitute keeper, with Allen, Yates, Patino, Kakarovic, Sago Jr., Cooper, Humphreys and Lisser on the bench. Giles down the line to Philogene, who's just not had the joy that he had last week in that opening 30 minutes. None of the attacking 4 have they?
No. That impact, you expect at least one of them. I was saying how excited I was at the start. See which one of them's going to set on fire today. None of them have lit anything up, have they?
Jones with a powerful one back to Allsop. He manages to control it with a little bit of a bounce. Greaves just lays it off for Allsop again. He sends that one away with the left foot. It's going to get in front of Philogene, and Norton feeds Ronald, who pushes towards the right corner. Cross is blocked by Giles, and Philogene has it. Tried to mess around with it a bit too much there. It's going to be a City throw-in.
Yeah, it's done all day, hasn't it?
Yeah. Just tried to be a bit too fancy when it just needed something simple to get City further up the field. Played away by Greaves, up towards Tufan. Glancing header is cut out by Grimes. Played back to Cabango. Slater hurrying and scurrying after him, and he'll try and get in Rushwood's face, but he's able to send that one away with the right boot. Only as far as Alfie Jones, who brings it under control with those white boots. And the yellow ball's just played by Morton to Coyle. Back inside to Morton again. Patterson closes him down quickly. Forward to Cavallio. Dinked away to his left side by Morton. Nice work from the Tigers to just open up a bit of space. And now Giles slips it to Philogene. Cuts in on that left-hand side. Shrugs off a challenge into Cavallio. He's got a bit of attention around him. Still Cavallio knocks it past the player, and then a horde of pink Swansea shirts around him was enough to just take the ball from him, and they're able to clear the lines again.
It was a slightly bit better. I think the best part of the play, the third got herself into. It took him how many minutes? 51 minutes?
Yeah. Cavallio goes down, no foul, says the referee. Cavallio looks frustrated. We're going to see the introduction of Billy Sharp in a second to bring a natural striker onto the field. Here's more, slips it through to Cavallio, flag stays down, Rushworth comes out. It was just too straight, slightly on the diagonal, but not enough to play it into Cavallio's path. And the Swansea keeper is there to get there. And the hosts, the visitors, I should say, lead by a goal to nil. Sharp coming on shortly.
Yeah, Sharp shortly. Need somebody up top, don't they? I think it'd be just a Tufan, possibly. No, any of the four that up front that's not been doing it.
Take your pick.
Yeah, but that pass there, just probably had too much pace on it, otherwise they'd have been in, wouldn't they?
And here's what good teams do. Southampton 2, Huddersfield 2. Grimsby Town have pulled one back at Blundell Park as Ronald skips around the outside of Philogene, curls across in towards the deep. It's defended by Jones, played forward by Morton into Tufan, who's pushed off the ball a little bit too easy. Did well though to still get the ball to Zaroury. Comes back into Tufan again, knocks a header down to Morton, and then given away. Strong challenge from Jones. Referee says play on. Not sure it was a foul in the first place, but Swansea have it near the angle of the area. Left hand side, drives a shot in towards Allsop, who just parries it and keeps possession. And City trail by goal to nil. The ball's still not out of play yet. It's Aboisu who's got the Mariners goal. 3-1 they trail against Stockport. Stockport United 1-0 down against Curzon Ashton. Hull City 1-0 down here from Liam Collins' 11th minute goal. And it's Mike and Swanee with you at the MKM Stadium. The atmosphere just lifting slightly as they've been buoyed by what they saw, but it needs more. It needs much more. It's 1-0 Bristol City 2, QPR 1-1 against Norwich. Sunderland and Plymouth 1-0. This one is sent to this near right side. Ronald and Giles challenging for it, and that one will go out of play, and that will allow Liam Rosenior to make his first change of the game. Billy Sharp's about to come on 54 minutes, so he's not waiting around. And it's going to be Louis Coyle who goes off.
Slater to right back.
Yeah. What are you thinking there, Swanee?
Pardon?
What are you thinking there with that change?
Slater to right back, Tufan will just sit in here. Just see how the line up here. Tufan's running the centre middle.
Yeah, he's dropped it outside more. Sharp down the middle. So Rory on the far right side. Philogene on this left. And Cavallio just in behind Sharp. As Allsop rolls it out to Greaves. Back to Greaves again. Out to Allsop. They've had, prior to today, Swansea, 7 different goal scorers in the last 7 games. Cullen was among those. He's got the goal for them today that gives Swansea a 1-0 lead. There've been no wins in the last 5, 4 in the Championship before today. Hopefully that can continue, but City need to get themselves back in this. We've had 10 minutes of this second half. And Sharp's on the field in the first change. That header is given away to Swansea. He's played away for Cullen to chase after. Jones has to hook that one out and away to that right-hand side after a throw-in. Leeds United lead Rotherham by 2-0 now. Lost the last 4, including 3 in the league of Swansea, including a 5-0 League Cup loss to Bournemouth. They seem a different side from what everyone was saying about the Swans. How many times have we heard that? Ball sent away by Rushworth. Headed up to Tufan at halfway, tries to side foot it off for Zarori, but gives it away to Swansea, who in bright pink can come surging forward again. Maybe an opportunity for Grimes to try and slip it through for Cullen. He just stood rooted to the spot, and the ball runs through to the area where Allsop can just slide out to meet it. Swansea haven't won in the last 7 visits here since a Premier League victory back in 2014. Just 1 win in the last 12 visits in the league. They're looking to unpick that one today. There's more. Away to the right side to Zarora. Almost given away, and then it is because Tufan can't control it. Here's Fulton. Play to the left-hand side. To Plaqueta, who holds it up. Gives it to Timon. First-time ball to Patterson. Equally, a first-time ball to Plaqueta. 20 yards out near the left. Drags the ball away from Zarori. Then Timon cuts in field. Play back out again to that left-hand side. Little drop of the shoulder, cross comes in from the left, which Jones volleys away, but only as far as Fulton. Drilled into the City penalty area. Fulton goes in with a challenge, Morton goes down, and Slater can play that one away. And here is Tufan. Swansea looking to get numbers back, but a ball on the diagonal for Billy Sharp to get after. Sharp knocks it past the keeper. Keeper's out of his area. The defender should get there first and does. And Nathan Wood is just able to play that one away. City have got to push up now because Swansea have got the ball back. And they're going to send this one away. Well, it was a nice effort from Billy Sharp, Colin. They didn't have the power, did it?
Yeah, that's it. It was never going to score, was it? It was like, it was always short. He wasn't going to get to it. He could always get his toe past the keeper, but never enough on it to get the defenders to get back in and get the clearance on it. But yeah, it's given the fans that bit of hope.
Well, here comes Swansea again with Ronald. Greaves has got to watch him as Philogene lost out. Ronald into the area, on his right foot, on his left foot. He left the ball behind it, manages to recover and get it again. He's inside the City area on that right-hand side. He's got some support. Giles comes across to cover and concedes the Swansea throw-in.
Some sort of trickery there, what the final had.
Just a bit. Well, the interest level certainly picked up in the game, Swanee, but City have still got to get the ball around. So it's taken by Norton. It's going to be another Swansea throw. Near the right corner flag at the south end of the ground, which Norton will look to take. Cal Norton, who mentioned he started at Sheffield United's first time standing for $5 million back in 2015. Played over, this is his 520th career game. 35 years of age now. Philogene will launch that one away to clear City's lines. The pull of the shot perhaps on Sharp there. Cavallio can't get there before Patterson does. Patterson's touch is a strong one and just sends it away out for a throw-in away on that far right-hand side. And again, it's still the... you can just hear the City fans again trying to get behind their side, but Tigers still trailed by a goal to nil. Here's Sharp, holds the ball up just inside the City half. Grimes wins it back. There's Plaqueta, lays it back behind to Wood, who was there to mop up from that loose ball as Sharp managed to poke the ball past the keeper, Rushworth. From Swansea's point of view, they had someone there. That's going to be out for a City throw. Liam Rossini wants to get it going back quickly. Here's Ryan Giles, just at halfway. He's managed to pinch himself another 5 or 6 yards. The referee says stop, don't go any further. And he throws that one into Zarori. Those two linked up so well in the opening half an hour last week, but
they did, didn't they?
Yeah.
Well, they've been playing now. They've not played together.
Yeah. Zarori back on this near left side to push Philogene out to the right again. Greaves holds the ball up 15 yards outside his area, looking for an option. It's Jones who plays it back to Jacob Greaves. And out to this left side to Giles, but they're getting in the faces, Swansea, aren't they? Giving them
no space.
No
No time, no space to work in.
No. They might find something here with Jones, plays it forward to Sharp, comes off his heels. The referee says no push, which the fans thought there was. Morton will try and loop on away to Philogene, but Simon's there to hook that one out for a City throw-in. There's the fans' reaction. Seeing if they can give their team a bit of a
They
lift.
didn't ask for much to get them going, you know what I mean? It didn't take much. But they've been nowhere near. Like 60 minutes.
They've given them nothing really to get behind, have they?
No.
These are the kind of performances that can cost you as Greaves. Plays it up towards Tufan, but again it's defended by Swansea, and they'll try and break down the left side with Plaqueta, who's got in away from Slater. Jones has to come across the cover, pulled out of position. Slater just sits in at the edge of the area to try and cover the gap. Grimes will play Plaqueta in down the left. Cross comes in, it's a hanging one, in towards Ronald, allowed to bounce, and Zarori plays it away, but again only as far as Cabango. Swansea getting every bit of fortune at the moment, but you've got to make your own luck, and City just aren't doing that right now. Here's Grimes, again, Plaqueta in space. Cross comes in, and there's Ronald with the header, and it bounces off a City player, and it's hooked wide by Cullen. That was a chance for Swansea to double their lead, and he knows 7 yards out, Cullen has scooped that one wide. How is he not hit the target there, Swansea?
No idea. He's one of them, I think, he's caught it with his studs, hasn't he? He's gone to glance across it and he's caught it with his studs there. Didn't get as much as he needed on that. Otherwise it would have been 2-0. I'm not saying fair play to them, they're having a good go at it, aren't they? But they're still in control of the game.
City don't have the answers, do they?
No, not at the moment.
Philogene at halfway into Tufan. Back to Philogene again. Just holds the ball up to confuse Patterson. Now Carvalho being urged by the City fans to get him forward. Philogene rides a couple of tackles. Full Philogene tries to knock it past the defender, but the footing just takes it from him, and Swansea get the ball back. They have it just inside their own half. There's some space on that left side for Plaqueta if Timon can find it, but Timon twisting and weaving. Tries to get away from Morton, who sticks a foot in, and City get it back again. Again, the Tigers fans trying to encourage their team to get forward. But look at the Swansea numbers getting back. They've got 5, 6, make it 7 bodies coming back to cover. Make it 8. Cullen is one of them. Ball given away by City. Philogene tries to get it back, and then that one's fired away by Norton. And Sharp has fouled and the referee in the process, and that will be a free kick. They're so good at getting numbers back, aren't they?
Yeah, they're working hard, aren't they? I say sometimes when you're not playing well, you've got to get all bodies behind the ball and make it hard to break down. And we're struggling to break them down. They know that, and they're getting bodies in their positions. And we don't know what to do with it. As front four, I keep saying we're excited about. Nothing's exciting one bit. Everything's been in slow motion.
BBC Radio Humberside Saturday Sport. We're live at the MKM Stadium, where it's been a disappointing afternoon so far for the Tigers, as Justin Walker is the member of the coaching staff out looking on in his technical area at the moment. Liam Senior back in his dugout. Swansea going to make a change short. That one's long by the keeper and all the way through to Ryan Alsop. It needs something, it needs a spark. You look at JD Philogene, who scored last week. He's been involved in 12 goals in the 15 championship games this season. He can be that. I mean, you look at a number of players, but you look at him, he can be the difference maker. It's just not been effective at all.
Not at all, yeah. There's still time, But if you start like this, it's sometimes hard to pick yourself up.
Yeah.
And we haven't picked yourself up from the start of the game.
Here comes Swansea again in possession in all pink. Norton through to Fulton. Fulton 25 yards out, right side, on the overlap to Ronald. Cross ball in, it's met by Greaves inside the 6-yard box and played away for a Swansea throw-in on this near right touchline. Midway inside the City half, actually maybe a bit further downfield towards that right corner flag. Norton again, just happy to take his time. Still 25 minutes plus to go in the game, and the Tigers trail by a goal to nil. Rory looks to win it back, but Fulton, it runs into his legs. Patterson thinks it up towards Ronald.
Can't do that right in front of the
Fouls Grimes.
He's getting frustrated.
I don't think he's the only one. I think there's going to be some changes about to be made.
Joe Allen, what a player he wasn't his time.
Yeah, well, Allen's coming on for Swansea. He's going to replace Plaqueta.
He's come up, that's a down.
Yes.
Left hand side, isn't it?
Yeah, he's had a nuisance to the point that he forced Liam was saying into a change as well, didn't he? Yates is going to come on. And he's coming on for Cullen, I think. Yeah, it is. For Cullen, the goal scorer, is going off. So it's Joe Allen, who's played 75 times for Wales, 33-year-old now. He's 132 appearances for Liverpool, 221 for Stoke. And Jerry Yates will come on, who scored the second in the 2-2 draw against the Tigers earlier in the season. It's Rotherham and Blackpool. That's where he really made his name. 45 goals in 139 appearances for the North West Coast club. And City about to make 2 more changes themselves. It's going to be Connolly and Traore, the 2 players who came back into the squad. Connolly from injury, Traore on African Cup of Nations duty. Not before this free kick's taken though. Which Swansea Patterson will float it into the area, heading towards wide of the goal. And that's the City goal kick. Should be good. In the long driveway again. See the changes are going to be for in just a second. It needs something. A little bit of a, not just a bit, a lot of a spark of injection. Slater went one way, then the other, just at halfway, pushes it forward to Sharp. Sharp tries to flick it on for Tufan. Tufan does well to shield that ball away, holds it up, and then plays it infield to Morton. City still waiting to make the 2 changes, but not before they've done something with this potential attack. Zaroury, then Giles linking up. Giles, left-hand side, ball in towards the 6-yard box. It doesn't reach. Sharp, and out for a throw-in. Will that be the chance that you need to make this change? It will. Tufan is going to come off to be replaced by Traore.
Yeah, and I put for Tufan today, is it?
No. And the other change is going to see Zaroury go off. And Aaron Connolly coming on.
Zaroury was off since the first 5-10 minutes, but then drifted out again.
Yeah. And Connolly's return after that shoulder injury and concussion he suffered against Norwich a couple of weeks ago. And he's back on, and we'll see how City line up in a second. Swansea will keep an eye on that as play is back underway. Morton, who plays that while still holding a white piece of paper in his hand, the instructions as Slater goes in for a challenge and loses out to Grimes at halfway.
It's like Connolly, like there's 2 up top now. Connolly and Sharp have gone up top.
Yep.
Traore on his left-hand side. They've done like 3 narrow ones really, haven't they?
It is almost
the ball gone behind the back of the 2 up top.
Yeah. Almost with Morton sitting, and then Philogene, Carvalho and Traore is the 3 behind the 2.
Yeah.
Maybe try and get Slater and Giles in those wide areas. See if we can make something happen there. We've got, what, just over 20 minutes left in the game, so still time at the moment, but still time, and this will be the frustrating thing, Swansea, still time to get level.
Yeah, that's to get level.
Yeah.
Before we start playing against.
Going for Swansea, pinch about 10 yards down that left side. Jones will fire that one away. Sharp underneath it. Carvalho going to try and close the keeper down as it comes to the edge of his area. He just side puts that one away up to halfway. Traore is underneath it. He's got the strip of bleached blonde along the left side of his hair. And here comes Swansea now, trying to break on the counter-attack with looks of frustration around these City fans. A ball whipped in from the right side, and that was dangerous as Yates is coming in on the angle, goes straight into Allsop. If Yates gets any kind of touch on that, that could have been an issue for the Tigers, and Allsop's ball goes all the way through the other end.
Great goalkeeper there, keeping his eye on the ball all the time. So I say, he takes his eye off the ball, they can easily fumble that one out. That's a little tap in, isn't it?
Yeah, because Yates has just made that dive. Norton to Ronald, watched by Giles. On this near right side, played tight down that touchline by Norton. Ronald wins the throw in on Giles's left boot. And Norton trying to stretch something out or time waste. The fans think it's the latter. And well, look at that, he's trying to carry on, but looks as though maybe just tweak something as he makes that run, didn't he? But,
yeah.
More of the City players warm up down there, including Doherty and Ohio. Sean McLaughlin down there as well. 70 minutes gone. Hull City 0, Swansea City 1. Ronald. I keep wanting to call him Ronaldo. Ronald. No O on it. It's more oh dear for City right now. Giles will take this throw and launches it up towards halfway. Traore underneath it. With tumble, but gets back on his feet quickly, but Swansea again have a bit of room to try and break. Traore holds the ball up, having received it from Greaves. Link up between Greaves and Morton, and then City centre half sends it up towards Philogene. Flicks a header to Sharp on this left side. They literally, we keep saying it, they give them no time and space on the ball, do they?
Squeeze down on the work temperature off the ball as well as when they've had it.
And how much of that then is on them and how much is City not doing enough? We'll come back to that in a second. The ball played up towards Cavallo and Wood just steps in and takes it from him. And here comes Swansea trying to break away. Slater going to have to try and get back to try and cover down this left side. Timon gets a cross in, drives it into the area, comes to Ronald, edge of the area, right to the deep, blocked by Traore. Could have been dangerous. City deal with that one, comes back to Norton. Norton flicks it away to the left-hand side. Still Swansea, all in pink, near the angle of the area. Timon in support on the left-hand side. Throws one in towards the near post, and Allsop all he can do is parry it out to a corner kick. They're pushing for a second now, as Norton's gone down again.
Yeah, he's down in first. Substitution for him. I think going back to your question, I think it's a bit of both. That they've started the game really well. I said that from the start, they just closed down, stopped us from playing. And we thought if we did that to them, they'd be limited in options which way they could go, and they've won that battle with the chest, which we say at the start. We're going to make the team change first, and I think they've won that battle all day.
Yeah, it took it to City straight. Well, you could see it, and I was talking to Chris Stern from the Hull City Supporters Trust, and we were saying it in the build-up to the goal, you could see they were pushing for something at that point. And he turns, Chris just looks at us in the commentary point and shakes his head and grimaces. Gestures that the team need to find a bit more tempo and a bit of pace. They've tried at times, but in fairness to Swansea, they've given them no real opportunity to do anything with it, have they?
No. And if you look at Wales on the strong match, you'd think you'd say that.
But their left side has been a real problem for the Tigers all day, hasn't it?
Yeah, they've got some pace down that side, haven't they? Round the back of that defended the crosses okay, but I said, how many should have put chances within for both teams? You know, I'm trying to think of the two-fan's chance at the header.
Two-fan with the header. Paqueta wasn't really a clear-cut chance where he hit the side netting, was it? No, he was being forced wide, and then Cullen, where he scooped it 7 yards wide. Or, sorry, wide from 7 yards, I should say. Change is going to be made. Norton's got now taking his time. It's going to be Bashir Humphreys, the Chelsea youngster on loan, under 21 international, 20 years of age. Humphreys on the North. Youth replaces experience. Corner for Swansea, left-hand side, floated into the edge of the area. Patterson catches it on the half volley and slices it over the crossbar and for a goal kick.
Another substitution, right?
Yeah, this is going to be a debut for the Tigers. It's going to be full name Abdul Kadir Irma. He prefers to be and goes by the name of Abdush. He'll be on shortly, but not before the next breaking play. Traore into Giles, inside his own half. Square to Jones. Slater's made a run if he can pick him out, but he goes centrally to Cavallo. Cavallo's left over the top. Flag goes up to offside against Conway. Swanee spotted it. Line over two. Free kick to the Tigers, and now
he's in that going the other way sharp, and maybe he'd stayed on time.
And here is the substitution. Cavallo's going to go off, and he's going to be replaced by Abdul Kadir Irma. Abdush, as I said, he prefers to be called, 24-year-old attacking midfielder. Known as the Turkish Messi, the Turkish international, played over 200 times for Trabzonspor. And he's on for his first appearance in a Hull City shirt. We were seeing watched him play against City during last year's trip to Antalya and was impressed with him then. Let's see if he impresses enough as he's worked off the ball there in a shot from Grimes from range. Saved by Allsop, needs to be dealt with by Greaves. It is thrown away, still not clear yet though. Swansea on the left hand side, cross ball in, Greaves underneath it, should be Allsop's ball. He comes to collect it, danger averted.
Yeah, Greaves different class twice. But Allsop's safety there, didn't he, on the first one, the second one came straight to him, a good block and a good header on.
Sure, as Messi saying, we've not had a single corner, no sustained pressure. He's not wrong, Swansea, is he?
Not at all. Nothing's changed in the second half. I thought tonight, nothing's changed.
Greaves curls the ball down the left-hand side, but no one in a black and amber shirt within 10 yards of it. Philogene tries to win it back from Humphrey, but flags up finally for offside against Philogene. How long did that take? Back to phases of play against Swansea out. We just call it one way or the other. Yeah. It doesn't need to sound like an old moaner about it, but there's some things you just don't need to mess with.
Well, I look at the team, I'm thinking, what's gone wrong today? The expectations of your front four today, none of them have done anything today. Like I said, game's passed them all by. Philogene's been too slow on the ball. Zerone's, yeah, a couple of chances in the first half. The Holly hasn't really touched the ball, has it?
No.
He's throwing
nice work from Over to intercept it in the midfield. He plays the ball across to his left-hand side. Philogene tries to drive it towards goal and it's saved by the keeper, Rushworth. That was a bit more like it. Giles picks up on the loose ball on this left side. Challenge comes in, City throw it. Great work from Abdush. Taken quickly. Now Traore into Morton. Morton tries to thread it through to Omer. And it's out for it. Goal kick.
Well, Bush has got, is that what I'm saying, the Bush?
Abdush. Omer.
He's got great vision there, doesn't he? He's got himself in a good position. It looks a little bright spot, little fine little character. He's given us that lift, hasn't he? 10 minutes to go.
He has.
Oh, 30 minutes to go.
Couple more changes. They're going to bring off Jade Fulton to be replaced by Charlie Patino. And the other one is going to see Ronald going off. And he'll be replaced by number 31, Oliver Cooper, the Welsh international in the Swansea side. With just over 11 minutes left in the game. They've made all their changes, Swansea. After Sherman, who was the last substitute to come on for the Tigers. Bit of time wasting going in here. The City fans letting the referee know that Rushworth is dillying and dallying. And Rushworth sends that one away. Yeah, that was great work from Abdush Sherman, wasn't it? As Giles has to just come across to cover this one. Goes it away. Drops down beyond Allen and Connolly. Traore underneath it. Header out for a Swansea throw-in. It was the vision, wasn't it? He just spotted it, licked him, scurried through, and then played the ball out to his right side. Was it Slade who made the run? And then he tried to send it across.
Was the ball that came back in from Billy Sharp? Just that over it on the far post, wasn't it?
Sharp, it was. That was it. Sorry, yeah, not Slade. Swansea had possession. Midway inside the City half on his near right side. Philogene misses a swinging tackle. And that one's going to go out for a Swansea throw. 18 yards out from this right corner flag. City trailing high goal to nil in the final 11 minutes of the game. And Humphreys takes it again. Just took a bit of time about it. Traore wins it back, but they're deep in their own half. Connolly lays it off to Giles. Giles will dink it forward. Away from Sharp. Connolly will try and get there. To Patino, and now Traore can try and set Slater free. And Slater will push past halfway. He sends a ball hanging up towards the edge of the area. Might drop to Billy Sharp, and the keeper, the Sharp will get the shirt pulled there. The fans are trying to say to the referee, there was more in that one. Kick to swap.
No, there wasn't much in it. You can see he won't get any shirt pulled, but he has no idea the referee will leave it that.
Two players back for a ball, aren't they?
Yeah.
One more played away by Swansea down this right side. Greaves is going to have to just be careful as he sends it to Allsop. He does well to side foot that one away. If there's any mistake, and Yates would have been lurking. Swansea have it back again in old pink though, with Humberside to Grimes, away to Timon to his left. Timon, the whole lad against his former club. Now Grimes. Won back by Abdusherman. Sharp will scurry away. Slipped it to this left side to Philogene. Across halfway. Philogene trying to stand up Humphreys. Being urged by these fans again to get forward. Philogene cuts inside. Still Philogene. More into it. Come on, let's keep it moving. Tried to do a bit too much of himself there, didn't he? But possession back to halfway goal with Jones. And he's going to have to go back to Allsop. City need to get in an onside position. Conley's made a run, but it's going to be swung by Allsop to this left side. Lovely ball to Charles. His first touch pushes it away to the left. Mike coming to Sharp. Sharp holds the ball up 12 yards out. Needs some support. Leaves it for Irma. Does he know? Still Sharp. Sharp on the turn. Blocked by the defender.
Couldn't get that turn on it. Couldn't get the ball out of his feet till he off it over. He was trying doing it himself. He's good up long way of road, there's no way out of it.
Irma in possession, 25 yards out, plays it into Jones, shoots him, shout from the fans, but he takes it into the area where it's headed clear. Traore scores after it and picks it up in front of that Swansea technical area. City still 1-0 down, and we've got about 8.5 minutes left in the game. Here's Giles. Giles on the left hand side, gets a cross in, goes beyond Irma and tucked away, fired downfield by Swansea. Jones has to get there, he puts it over the top of his head, gets it down by Allen, and Swansea will try to put it away to this right side, and Cooper has got time to pick it up, and the fair-haired substitute just cuts in field, midway inside the City half, in towards Grimes, who strides onto it, still Grimes, needs a challenge from Greaves, who gets it, and Irma picks up the loose ball. Irma's foul, that should be a booking for Grimes.
Yeah, he's a booking as well, right? Irma was away, but he's right, isn't he? The line lays the left, yeah. He's got the start since he's come on.
I've seen a few bits from him, but you can see why he's got a reputation.
Yeah.
He's just given them a bit of a spark, hasn't he? A bit of life. There's a couple of things he's done. Lifted it. Right, Greaves tries to send it long, but it runs through to Rushworth, and a few... good chance come from the fans around us, or shouts from them, I should say. We've got 7 minutes left plus stoppage time. 1-0 City trail. Allen's underneath that one. Knocked down by Cooper. Humphreys going in with Philogene for a challenge. Traore will win a City throw. Nice work from the Mali International. No doubt be disappointed not to be in the African Cup of Nations final tomorrow. Semi-final early, quarter-final I should have said. We lost it against the Ivory Coast this time last week. Giles gets inside away from Cooper at halfway. Tries to flick it to either Philogene or Conley, got neither. Giles has taken a whack, and here comes Humphreys forward now to Cooper on the right hand side. Giles hobbling. Cooper tries one into the area. Into Yates, back to goal at the moment, trying to shape up for a shot on his left foot. This is the time with a shot, great save from Allsop. Comes to Yates, Yates with a header. Allsop bounces on it. 1-0 Swansea lead, it could have been more.
Yeah, it's a good setup there, wasn't it? Time we could have written any more sweets, they could have also got away with that one.
Yes, indeed. A good save from Ryan Allsop. It was Timon who caught that one absolutely perfectly. Ball played across to the left-hand side to Philogene. Can City get themselves level? Edge of the penalty area, near the angle. Philogene holding it up. Giles making a run, still Philogene. Trying to open up for some space, he tries a shot, and that one's going to be near the corner flag, then the goal. And it's out to a goal for Swansea.
Yeah, that's been Philogene's take on the start. Everything he's done, slow motion, slow pace. And that one there, I think he got frustrated with himself. He just tried to, we all know what his ability, don't we? We all know what he possesses, and he's a match winner by it. It's not happened today for anyone.
Some fans have seen it off, they're heading off. 21,017 is the attendance. Southampton 3, Huddersfield 3 is the latest in that game.
4-3, Southampton.
4-3 Southampton. Swansea always ahead of me on the score somehow. Leeds are 3-0 against Rotherham. Blackburn 3-1 against Stoke as Allsop drives one forward. Headed clear by Cabango. Humphreys on this right side. And James that one in, and that will be a free kick, just as Giles is keeping the ball from going out of play as well. So City still got Jacob, Ohio, Doherty and McLaughlin as outfield players on the bench that we could use. We're not doing just yet. And we've got 4 minutes for stoppage time. We'll get something from it, and as we said, it's still now just about targeting the point more than anything else. Which still wouldn't be seen as good enough when you look at where these two teams are playing. Throwing to Swansea on this near right side, they lead by Dalton. Humphreys coming to throw, bolts that yellow ball high up on his face. And the referee's going to book him for taking his time about it. But he still managed to slow things down. And that works to the favour of the visitors. That's for Tigers throw. Giles will launch it. Down this left hand side kind of slips out of his hands. And there's Humphreys who's just been booked to hit that one towards Alfie Jones, who's there. He hits it over the top of Patterson. And Slater can come forward. He's got Irma there if he needs it. Irma looks as though he's wanting to receive it, but just acting as support for Slater right now before the ball is fed in to the tail. Ball into the area. Slater, chance for City, tries to grab it back. It's blocked by Grimes, and Swansea repel the Tigers, who trail by a goal to nil. 3 minutes left. All out for a throw. Over on that far right hand side, in front of the east stand, and it's taken quickly by Irma. Into Jones, he gives it back to the City substitute. Pushing one forward quickly with intent to Slater. Goes back to Jones. Can City find an equaliser in this one? Jones again at halfway. Slater inside to Irma. He's got 4 Swansea players around him. Like a one-man passing drill. Morton into Traore. Traore just pirouettes back this way. Not with any purpose, and time just ticks off the clock, and the fans letting me know that. Greaves is forced to go back to Allsop by Yates. And Allsop saying, look, I need an option, and there isn't one. He's been forced into the long ball, I think. Yeah, the Swansea's mopped up all day long, hasn't he? Traore back to Greaves. City will squeeze and come from man to man to make it go for the long ball, and then they just came in with that. Russell dealt with that long ball as it came into the edge of his area. Swansea get possession back again with Allen. Allen dinks it down the right side. Greaves should trouble. We've got a minute and a half before we see what added on time will be here at the MKM Stadium. Salvage a point. Can't believe we're saying that. But then again, as you said, the championship's won.
Yeah, starting again and saying what it can be dangerous team-wise, because they've not really got, there's no pressure on them. They're nearly there. There's still a lot of games to go. But then we're going to get in the playoffs. Pressure's on us.
And Slater can't control a long ball on the on that right side. Comes off his toe and out for the Swansea goal, and that will take us into the final minute of normal time. And City seeing this one slip away from them. I want to slip to the fingers because they've never had a grasp on it.
They've had a grasp of it, you're right.
Going. Maybe by City, but Allen's there to pick it up for Swansea. Back to Kabanga. Kabanga drives one away to this right side to Cooper to chase out. Giles just gives him a little nudge. He's gone down though. Cooper gets it. Giles going to have to come back to recover. Right side of the City penalty area. Swansea leading by a goal to nil in the final 40 seconds of regular time. Humphreys. Not the best of crosses, but still had to be cleared away by Greaves. Headed back up towards the City penalty area where Conley's there. Irma gets a nudge, goes down, gets up quickly, and it's a City free kick. Final few seconds, the ball's about to go off. What lifeline will be City given in terms of added on time? It's 5 minutes, they'll take it. Jones to Slater. Back to Jones. However you look at it, this won't be good enough. Ball forward, curled up towards Billy Sharp. The Bango deals with it, and Wood plays that one away. To Jones. Now Slater back to Jones again. We'll get Liam Rossini's reaction on the football forum. Hopefully live, we'll bring it to you as soon as we get a chance. Talk to James on the football forum, 08000 We'll talk to our fans panel callers as well, as Traore gets one in the face there, but the referee is going to stop it through head injury. Swansea were looking to try and break down play. Looks like the physio's going to come on. Traore back on his feet, just didn't like the arm across the face, it seems. But it just stops Swansea attacking, but it just slows things down and takes some more time off the clock, doesn't it? Yeah, it's at least time. Southampton 4-3 up, as you said. As, here comes Swansea on the right side of Cooper, holding that ball up in front of Giles. Plays it inside to Allen, back to Humphreys. Swansea 1-0 up here at the MK Stadium, as they have been since the 11th minute. And City, apart from that header from Cooper just around the half-hour mark, haven't looked like troubling it. Allen, again, steady away, just plays it to Humphreys. He thinks it back behind to Cabango in his own half. He tries to drive one across to the left side, but Irma does enough to just stop it from reaching a Swansea player, and then Irma can play it into Greaves. Again, the City fans wanting them to get it forward. Liam Rossini wanting them to get it forward. Irma tried to make a run, but couldn't find him. Back to Greaves. And he'll look to try and pick out Slater away at that right-hand side. Slater knocks it past. A mistake there. I thought that was a slip from the Swansea player. Slater was around him. The linesman's waved his flag. And that is a free kick to Swansea City. And again, just some more seconds, valuable seconds for Hull City. They're ticking off the watch.
Yeah, very much so. It's not the deserved job today. You know, performance there come out and set the stall out, and that's it, got bang on. It's Swansea.
Never got going, have they?
No. From the start, the first 10-15 minutes, from the 20 minutes, thought, what's happening here? You clear. People think it's never mind.
Yeah.
Like I said, the little voice choirs singing again. We've got many of them.
No. Probably a couple of hundred of them in that north stand end in the far corner. And we've got 2 minutes left of the 5 added on time. City have got a free kick from the Yates ball just then. And Allsop is going to drive this one long. Morton's the deepest, he's in the centre circle, but everyone getting forward, including Alfie Jones. Grimes with a header at the edge of the area. Traore. Jones tries to get there. Allen clears it away. Giles volleys it, side-footed, might drop, might fall to Connolly, and the defender just comes in and nicks it away from him. That'll be a City corner. Is that City's first corner of the game? It is the first corner of the game. We're in stoppage time, 93.5 minutes, maybe an opportunity, and Allsop's going up. Can Ryan Allsop be the hero? Often a player who has to play with his feet. Will it be his head that saved the day? Giles with the corner. Allsop's gone down. Referee not giving a penalty. Might drop down to Jones. Might drop to Greaves in the area. Shot from Irma at the edge of the box. Still not cleared yet. Play to Giles on this left-hand side. Giles whips across into the area. Heading clear out as far as Traore. City 1-0 down. Traore into the box. Allsop stayed up. And he's still staying in around the box. Slater's back just as cover. Connolly down the line to Philogene. Back to Morton. Morton goes in across towards the back. Irma's in there. Defender heads that one out for a corner. We're in the final 40 seconds of the 5 added on time. And City are pushing for an equaliser. This will be smash and grab, but they'll take it. Some fans running back to the seats. Giles with the corner. In towards Irma. Might drop down at the edge of the box. Forms underneath it. Swansea play that one away. And they now might go on to play this one. It's going to be played all the way up towards the City penalty area. Should be Morton who gets there. Allsop still trying to make his way back. He's just jumping back because he stayed up for that second corner. Final 2 seconds. Given away by Morton. And out for a throw-in, but that's too late. The whistle goes. There are boos from the City fans around the MKM Stadium. 21,017 in attendance, including those Swansea City supporters who've seen their side win for the first time under manager Luke Williams. And once again under Liam Rossini, City unable to make it 3 straight wins against a side that have been struggling. The Tigers, once again, their inconsistency has come to haunt them. Simply not good enough this afternoon from start to finish, and Swansea got the early lead. They deserved the lead, and they deserve to go away with all 3 points because they've been the better side, more organised, more disciplined, and they took the chance that came along to them. City can have no excuses tonight. They weren't good enough. Hull City 0, Swansea City 1.
Yeah, I'll just second everything you just said there. The big players that you're expected to go out and win you the game, none of them turned up today. The players let the manager down today, bless him. As much as they tried, they got the tactic right. They never looked. You were watching them on the Swansea side, and you'd think, we were never in danger of losing that game. Just like I said, once they got the goal, how many open chances did they give away?